Welcome to High Rollers D&D in 2020!
Year of the double crit.
That's some energy.
We're back! It's the year of the double crit. That's very good, Katie. I like
It's
that.
not me that made that up. It's
Nice one,
all over
Katie.
Twitter.
Good job, Katie.
Now!
Wow! Welcome, everybody, to a brand new year of High Rollers Dungeons & Dragons. I am your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes. Joining me, we have... Rhiannon.
Hello.
Chris, Whitehair Trot, Kim
Hi.
Richards, Tom Hazel, and the creator of Year of the Double Crit, Katie Morrison.
Own it. Own it.
Hello.
Say hi.
Don't hurt me.
Welcome.
Hi.
Good friends,
Say
it's great to
hi.
see you again. I hope you're ready for some Dungeons and Dragons role-playing action.
Yes!
We're all very excited. It's been a while, friends.
And yourself.
But we are
This is a British
back.
show
Back.
with
No, I
British
love it.
people.
It's not
I like the
simple
energy.
things.
I like the
Yeah.
high
It's
energy.
not how we do things.
I am ready for Dungeons and Dragons.
Stiff
Good.
upper lip.
Well, we're very pleased to say that once again, High Rollers is brought to you by D&D Beyond.
Oh, boy.
They've
yeah.
sponsored us again.
Oh, boys.
We love them. Thank you guys so much for continuing your support of High Rollers.
Oh, cheese.
Chris Trott, why don't you tell us about D&D Beyond?
Yes. It's the year 2020. So I want to play a game that I came up with
Always.
earlier
You always
today
want to play a game.
using our favorite website, D&D Beyond, where you can go and access all of D&D 5th edition in digital form and use Control F to actually find things. It's amazing. Anyway,
That is
it's called the
Oddly
2020.
specific thing he's pointed out. Okay.
This is my... I needed it for this.
Okay, right.
It's the 2020 Resurrection game. Who wants to play
I'll do
and
it.
get their
We'll all play.
2020
We'll do it.
Resurrection?
Sure.
Resurrection.
You know why it takes a while, so maybe not everybody.
Kim can do it.
Roll. Okay, so this is a simple resolution based on character backgrounds available on all of the source books, which is easily searchable thanks to D&D Beyond. So roll
Why not
a
red?
D100 for me.
D100. 40?
4.
4. That's 4.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Double
all right.
zero and then 4 on the single.
4. 1, 2, 3. Archaeologist. All right, roll a D8.
What?
Is he just making a
Picking
random
from a
character?
random
No, a D.
table.
7.
Sorry, D6. This is your ideal, so we're using an ideal from
Four.
this
Okay.
background to form your resolution.
Your resurrection.
Dignity. The dead and their belongings deserve to be treated with respect. So there's a resolution
That
about
fits
maybe
it.
treating the dead with respect when you maybe kill a quill. We'll see.
Hang on.
Roll a... Now this is the 2020 bit. Do you want to go further?
Okay.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so roll a d20. Now I'm taking from the adventure modules. So we're
Right.
picking the adventure module. 4.
Four.
1, 2,
A lot
3.
of fours.
Yeah.
Dragon of Icespire Peak. Now I'll roll a second
Dragon
20
of
for
Ice Fire Peak from the brand new D&D Essentials kit. A great way to get into Dungeons and Dragons.
Great one, Mark. Now chapter heading, D20.
Chapter heading. Why is he rolling chapter
12.
heading?
12.
1, 2, 3, 4. Travel to the circle, okay. And now, another 2020. So D20 for the line.
16.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know what he's doing. I'm very confused. This is taking a
He's
very
got,
long
he's got
time.
a whole thing written out. Don't worry. He's not
Okay.
just pulling this out.
By
He's got
then
He
a-
actually
It's
has
gonna be
worked
like-
something
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Now a
what?
D20 again.
19.
Oh, fucking hell.
Probably could have used
19.
a spreadsheet.
19.
Well, across the ravine. So you have a resolution to deal with the dead and respect the dead's belongings across the ravine. You need to achieve that in 2020.
Okay.
Right, I see. So you're saying that... Okay.
And that's my character.
That's your D.
No,
that's your
yours.
2020
That's mine.
resolution.
I have to respect the dead across the ravine.
Also, you're an archaeologist.
Also, I'm an archaeologist. Well, I didn't mean to tell you, but I've picked up a new thing
And-
over
and
Christmas.
slay a dragon
Okay.
on the Ice Spire Peak.
Yeah.
You
Well,
too
look,
can play this game on D&D Beyond.
So it's on, the rules for this are on D&D Beyond.
No.
No.
You made them
this
up.
up.
Okay.
So you can't play it because who knows what the
Well-
rules are.
Chris Trott, thank you for
I should be a
showing...
DM.
Thank you for showing how easy it is to search D&D Beyond.
Imagine going through all the source books
To
and
just
then
to
getting
find
to
that.
the right chapter heading, and then, yeah, it would be a nightmare without it.
Without it.
So,
There you go.
thank you.
D&D Beyond, it is a genuinely great tool. We use it a lot. I use it a lot for everything. I've been using the Encounter Builder quite a lot. It makes it really easy to just look up one's stats in Callus and stuff.
It was really nice to just randomly roll characters for the Christmas one.
Yeah.
I was just like,
always fun.
randomize.
Go.
Go.
With that, a couple of other quick things to mention. Just wanted to say, I actually didn't write notes to these. This is off the top of my head. First of all, thank you for everyone who supported the Jingle Jam over on the Yogscast.
Yeah.
Raised tons of money for charity.
2.7 million.
Yeah, a lot.
$7 million
At the least.
raised for charity. Thank you for stopping by our streams. We did a couple of little different things for high rollers and some one-shots, which was all good fun.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that. Don't forget brand new merch. We still have our Prime collection is available on our new merch site, which you can go to. Links for which I'm sure are in chat or on Twitter and all of that good stuff as well. Search for High Rollers merch and you can go and get it all there. We've got the Prime
Also
collection
use the code High Rollers at checkout
to get 10% off. Bam.
Bam.
There is also, don't forget, you've got the Patreon, and you also have our Twitch channel, High Rollers D&D, if you want to support us directly. You get emotes. The Patreon has random stuff.
One yet? Do we have the
No, we haven't got
Repoggers?
Repoggers
No,
yet.
but we will.
Not enough people subscribed.
Get us there.
We have a
More
Repoggers emote
Yeah.
that is ready to be used.
If you
you
have-
need to get us there with your subscriptions.
If you have a Twitch Prime sub that you're not using,
Bam.
use that sub.
Who's that? I think that's it. I can't think of anything else.
Podcast, that's the thing.
You can,
That's the
you can
thing.
listen to it. It does really well.
You can listen.
Man, it's been a long time. How do we do announcements again?
That's the problem. It's
Yeah.
like I was so focused on writing the adventure, I forgot to write my pre-adventure notes.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, we're good.
With that, well, actually, that's a good point.
no.
Sid, can we dun and will there be sound?
Should be. There should be sound. So
Month's
for the
fixed.
first time in like a month, let's have an actual 2
Dun-dun.
months. An actual dun-dun.
Dun-dun. Actual dun-dun.
Done.
Let's dun-dun.
Done.
Dun-dun.
Mid talking to Kim. There we go. Hey, we're back, and it is
Hi.
time.
Leave me alone.
We're gonna have to figure this out anyway. No, I'll do the
Right. Intro, recap. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Aerois. The last time our adventurers in Aerois were in the Vivek City, a dragonborn society, a military society, where they were waiting to speak with the draconic general to get permission to leave the city, having reported various facts about Starbane and the world to his subordinate. However,
Valor.
the
research.
majority of our last time was spent aboard the Storm Chaser
Having a
as
great time.
Just having a real good time.
I was having a great day.
Drinking
personally.
coffee.
party
It went cold.
secrets became revealed. Nova's interaction
To one
with the
person.
ILS became apparent to Quilek Adkalar, who then proceeded to ask many, many questions and even use his Eye of the Storm to gaze into things beyond even Nova's knowledge. Meanwhile,
Almost used my handle of lightning too.
That's like
Almost.
Rude. That was so rude.
there was
Almost.
conflict nearly occurred, but was avoided. However, the rest of the party spent their time searching the ship to try and find them,
We could be
Or-
kidnapped.
having conversations with crewmates who new friendships were formed between Lucius and his current wife, I suppose, or bride, or companion. His member of the Wolfpack.
Friend bond.
Name I've actually
Bonding
not
friend.
written down.
Civil
Bond. The name's
partnership.
Bond. Friend Bond. Wait, what?
Their name's completely gone out of my brain.
Oh,
Faye.
sorry, Faye.
Fair, thank you.
You just gave me such a look of intensity. I thought
No.
you were going to kill me.
It's
or something.
face with a southern
Tight.
Texan
Good
accent.
tight.
Shut up.
Faye.
Faye.
You need Faye. You gotta have faith.
Bonds of friendship were formed
gonna make
as
that now.
the realities of Lucius's drunken escapades became clear, in that it is a friendship bond of wanting to help somebody who is in a difficult position more than anything else. And I believe we literally left the session with the Storm Chaser taking off, having been given permission
To dip.
to head
Get out
off
of
to the
town.
City of Glass.
Yeah.
A pseudo dragon.
With a pseudo dragon,
As a
who had
scout.
joined as a scout is an interesting word. Some could also say spy.
Who was it bound to
It's not
again?
a spy if he's
It's
a
not bound to
legion, though.
anybody, but it took a shining to Sentry and I think Lucius because they have the highest charisma. The pseudo
charisma's
dragon's
now
name is Vis.
even
It's a
higher.
silvery pseudo dragon.
Fuck off. That's bullshit.
Got +5 charisma.
You do, but you actively
I
had
was like-
shunned away. Yes.
Yeah.
I was being. He's really at it. Why is he at me?
Well,
It's the new hand.
I'm assuming you spent your ability score modifier on your charisma. What did you spend your ability score
Charisma.
modifier? Oh, so you... Oh, poor sad little boy.
I need a withered hand, clearly.
Clearly. And that is pretty much where we left things off.
Solid 10 in charisma.
The whole crew is assembled of the Storm Chaser. You also have Helios back on board as well.
Oh, yeah.
You've gathered quite the
Band of weirdos.
menagerie of companions.
Band of weirdos.
There is
Does
still
Eyeless
occasionally, Eyeless is a weird companion. You still have a ghostly goblin that occasionally appears, but I
Oh, is
forget
he
about.
coming back?
Well, I forget about him all the time because
You
I've
should
got a
bring him
billion
back.
things to remember. But
Nah, it's 2020, you know.
2020.
New year, new
Bring him back.
you.
let the past die.
You need to Marie Kondo this campaign.
We got-
Sweet.
Sid says, my boy.
We got Howard. Howard's a companion.
Well, that's
right?
what I mean by the you have the crew of the Storm Chaser: Howard, Lancion, Penny,
Look out.
It's really a ragtag bunch of
Greylano,
people,
the
yeah.
Wolfpack. They're all there. Everyone's here.
Bunch of
Cool.
good boys.
Bunch of good boys. But
Best boys.
we leave. We head
so
off.
cute. Oh my god.
What?
She's drawn Helios.
Oh,
Let me see.
So I can remember
it's
who
just like a
we've
little
got.
happy dragon face.
Trying to keep track.
A very shibby Helios.
Chubby
Shibby?
boy.
I thought you said shitty. It's a very shitty.
Chibby.
And
Chibby.
yeah, the Storm Chaser sails onward to the continent of Gisela, looking for a place called the City of Glass, formerly called Camina City.
Yes.
Now, this was never put into a stream, but you have all been to Gisela before. You stopped off at the port city of Imixan in our session 0, so it is not a completely unfamiliar place.
Oh, the sewer escapade.
That was all in session 0.
Yeah.
Way back when Quill was a very different character.
Very different. Yeah.
Thank God
So-
they had an episode 0.
Yep. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. And there is at least sort of 2 weeks of travel time. So this is a perfect opportunity. If anything needs to happen, if
said.
any conversations need
Yeah.
to
Secrets
take
need
place,
to be revealed.
if anybody wants to work on any downtime material.
Here's something I want to do. It's secretive.
Oh, what a surprise!
That's a surprise.
It's my whole life.
Part of what? Our secret society or your own secret society?
Actually, I think I probably would consult you on it.
Ah, shit.
Well, you two had a big moment last time, so let's see what Chris Trott would
Yeah.
like to do.
Party leader. I remember that there was bad air between these two, and then we said, like, is it going to affect our talk with the dragon, Grandmaster General, with his talk? And it kind of like was awkwardly left that way.
Okay.
And so I think Lucius would want to be like, so what
So
happened?
you kind of gather the two of them
Yes.
and you. Do you bring the others, or just the
I'd
three?
welcome everybody.
Okay, so you
to-
kind of have
Please,
like
for the love of
you invite
God.
everyone to talk
It
about
was
it.
all
I'll
like,
talk about coffee for another 3 hours.
Do you invite any of the Storm Chaser crew? Like Aerois is the
Aerois,
only one I'm
yes.
thinking of. Okay, so you do bring Aerois on board. Aerois kind of knows everything about Starbane and Valor and everything now.
she's been on the adventure.
She's had the messenger ring and she's kind of picked up enough subtle clues of you guys kind of all going awkwardly silent and looking at each other and communicating telepathically.
now I
so-
have to get used to that because I don't have a message ring anymore.
Messenger ring, yeah. So, so this takes place in the kind of like ready room, so the long table next to the captain's quarters, aboard the Storm Chaser. Kim, your mic is pointed the wrong way.
Thanks,
Good.
Sid.
And twist it.
So we set the scene. The airship travels through. It is winter, so outside, I think traveling through across basically ocean at this point. You'll be traveling across from Corsadi towards Gisela. Just open expanses of ocean. You occasionally see like little tiny rocky outcroppings, not so much islands, but just the remnants of land mass that has been long since sunken.
Are we closer to clouds than we are sea?
You are probably closer to clouds than you are sea, and there is snow. There's like quite a lot of snow is falling from the
All around us.
clouds, all around you. And the Wolfpack in particular are basically having to keep it off the sky sails because they can actually inhibit and slow
Are they
the
not
weather
playing
down.
and having fun?
Okay.
I think Kamara is keeping them on a tight leash because there is the threat that if too much snow builds up on the sky sails, the ship could start to descend or crash.
'Tis the season.
Cool.
So
Festive.
they are hard at work keeping it clean and keeping it clear. But the rest of the crew are enjoying the peaceful.
Are they playing and
serene
having
surroundings.
fun?
Can we have fun in this campaign?
No.
Love and understanding.
Late morning.
That's the next line, right?
Yeah,
There is after a breakfast that Howard provides, warm steaming porridge with kind of sweet honey and cinnamon to keep everyone warm in the colder climate.
Man, Merry Christmas, everyone.
And you are brought into the ready room.
All right, we're done.
I just ignore you. So
Wait, honey and cinnamon porridge, did you say?
yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And Howard's a good cook. He's been
Damn.
practicing.
I think we have all of those things literally in the kitchen over there.
Yeah, I know, but
But
whatever.
Right,
I'm just thinking, impoverished Aerois crew. We've been through some shit. I think honey and cinnamon, I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
Plus, it's all oats, right? That's basically all Quill eats. And worms. Dirt.
Some worms.
you've changed your mind on what Quill eats so many times.
Yeah,
He eats bugs.
eats bugs.
Does he eat chicken?
Oh yeah, all the time.
This is the point where I hand it over to you and I'm not involved because this is an inter-party discussion.
Okay,
So
summon.
I've set the
Idea.
scene. Take it away.
Century.
Fuck off.
I know this is very important. We both really like this pseudo dragon.
Yeah.
So maybe we can
Completely different topic.
before we go into
Good.
this meeting, maybe you can have him for today, and then
Okay.
we can alternate whenever
Yeah.
you feel like it.
You can have him tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll just exchange days like
kind
that.
of like sitting on your shoulders.
Small point about
Whoever they
pseudo
feel
dragon who's going to be
closer to
listening.
that day. Does
No,
that make sense?
Makes sense.
just
Very
just
well.
as a the pseudo dragon's listening to everything, you know, all the meetings. Just as a little point, are you getting what I'm saying here, Lucius? You're looking at me very blankly.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So
Quill,
will he be
any-
joining us
any
in the
comments?
meeting?
Are
on
you
the
joining
dragon.
us? I ask him if he's joining us. Is he gonna?
He nods.
Yeah.
All right.
Is he?
Well,
He nods.
No, it's gonna be a
Is
very
he?
short meeting then.
Just like a little kind of like tip of the head. I need to just check how intelligent he is. Yeah, no, he nods. Yeah, he's like
now, what's his name? Do we have
this.
This.
Viz.
He can also so you get a telepathic kind of image. He can't really speak, but you kind of get a vague feeling of understanding. It conveys it understands what you're saying. It's listening to you.
Okay, Viz. Today we have some personal matters to talk about, and it's not really anything that maybe there's some food that Howard could prepare for you if you're hungry. Maybe a small tour of the vessel.
The pseudo dragon, which I'm assuming you've passed over to Sentry because you were kind of having. Sentry
I think it already gravitated
So it kind of
towards
it
Sentry.
floats over and it's just resting on top of Sentry's head. Its claws kind of gripping onto the vines, and it lays its head on the flat
Yeah, it's so
metal thing.
nice,
So
yes.
its wings are kind of
Doing
tucked
all the
up,
right things,
Tail
yes.
wraps around, sort of like hanging down over her chest.
Can I summon Echo to sit on this? So I have like a little pyramid.
Pops out of the thing and floats up. This doesn't really like it, and it's like with one claw he tries to push Echo off. But
Does
you
he play? Can he get him to like play?
Yeah, he kind of like bats at it and stuff. And if as long as he's not sitting on him, like Vis doesn't mind him hovering above. But
Could be
Vis
a
sends you a
50-year-old scenario here. This is an old man dragon.
well. Vis sends you like a telepathic communication to Lucius. It can only do it one creature at a time. Of basically no, it sends you maybe like a flash of like a memory or like an image of the draconic general saying he will come with you, and just this like.
Okay. In which case, that's very useful, Viz. Do we all have to speak everything, or can you just telepathically hear what we have to say to make things easier?
It doesn't. You don't get the impression that he can read minds. He can project images telepathically, but he can't read minds.
I'm going to messenger ring everybody and say, any personal matters, we're going to keep into the messenger ring.
Oh, that's easy. That's just everything ever.
Well, we'll just be standing looking at each other.
You guys... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're using... Yeah, okay.
No? What?
I'm winking a
everyone's fine.
lot at Quill.
Okay.
Matters that are personal, we'll keep them inside.
Inside, sure. Yes.
Right.
This is going to be a very, very dull conversation for Quill because he currently can't hear us.
Well,
We
most
could
are going
say
to-
anything we want about Quill right now, you guys, and he doesn't have a clue. Quill, you suck.
Wait, what?
Quill, you suck. Quill, you
Saying it
suck.
out loud.
No, I'm saying this in the messaging.
Oh.
So this, usually when we have these meetings, we like to sit in a
You have no
circle
idea.
and do some meditation, just to calm our centers and make sure that we're all...
Make a deception check. He's not a dumb creature. Like, he can understand when people are lying to him.
21.
21. Okay. Close.
Shit.
I don't know if Rhiannon saw that, but it was like on the 20 and then it rocked down to something else.
Right, let's go meditate.
It just like makes a couple of noises. He
Hopefully
kind of like
Aerois
pops
is-
his head on sentries and his eyes close. And you kind of hear like a little faint sort of like breathing. He's not sleeping, but he's maybe like resting.
Is Aerois here?
Yeah, Raya's here, like, just standing there. She's like, okay, I am ready.
All right, do you mind giving back Quill his messenger ring?
It will take, I think it takes an hour to refocus it.
It would take some time, yeah.
This meeting's a mess.
We can wait an hour. We can talk about other things.
Yeah,
I can communicate, you know.
No.
Raya takes it off and is just like,
Oh,
We'll discuss other things that can be summarized for an hour.
okay.
Okay.
Sure.
sure.
How's it going?
Okay. So you attune to the messenger ring again. I'm assuming you're going to give it back after this, so don't worry about changing your
Sure.
equipment. Yeah, and you fill an hour of nothing, and then
I'll
you
order
eventually,
some coffee
Yeah.
from the kitchen.
Howard brings it up.
During this entire time, Nova is just silent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just silent.
Just doesn't say anything. Everyone
It's,
picks up on that, obviously, like, if she's not trying to hide it.
I think I'm feeling bad, Aura, so maybe now is a good time to do some meditation. So everybody join me and
So Lucius sits at the table,
Okay.
I'll awkwardly sit cross-legged.
in the chair.
In the
and,
messenger ring, I'll go, Quill, you suck. Oh, wait, shit. No, that doesn't work
Is that,
anymore.
you were saying that
What?
earlier?
Nope.
Unbelievable.
Is it, though?
I'm going to message everyone but Ayla and say
Can't do
Ava
that.
sucks.
You can't do that.
Now everybody please calm and find your happy place in your mind's eye while we drift into a brief meditation and discuss nothing.
Okay. I'll
only
sort
thing
of
there's-
awkwardly sit on the floor.
The only thing Nova sees in her mind's eye is a big red light.
Happy place, people.
Nova, question for you. Do you have the ILS on you?
No, it's still in the
It's in your room.
boudoir.
Okay.
Boudoir.
Nova's boudoir.
So Araya basically, without any ability to communicate you, will just sit by the door, basically, and just pulls up a chair, puts her boots up on the table, and pulls out like a little flask and starts
I
drinking.
assume she understands what the hell's
She just leaves you to have this conversation.
Right.
So. Right.
in our heads.
Go.
Hello. That was a ruse.
Oh, good.
So
good.
for the dragon.
Yes.
You understand that?
Definitely can't understand us, the dragon.
Well, he can't apparently telepathically listen to us.
Okay.
Unless he is a true spy and is lying.
Probably lying.
Are you sure it won't just report back our hours of silence?
But it's meditation right now. Make sure you're looking like you're meditating.
Right.
How do you
okay.
do that?
Just close your eyes and look peaceful.
No, I don't trust any of you. I'm not closing my eyes.
We're a team. This is the point of this conversation, I will point out. That
Yeah.
We're a
making
team.
sure everything is out there.
Yeah.
And that we're
Nothing is
discussing.
clearly out there.
And that there's any bad juju, it needs to come out now.
Spill the juju!
Why me? I haven't got any juju.
A problem with the engines doesn't result in two people falling out.
You know nothing about engines.
It's a bad engine failure. Engine.
You said it was fine.
No, but you haven't said a thing. Juju. Bad juju.
What exactly happened between you two when you were in the library finding books on engineering for dummies by A. Plumbus?
Sounds like an excellent read, though.
I said that the book was on the top shelf, and Nova was saying it's on the bottom shelf, and I was saying no, it has to be up. It was a big thing, and we had an argument about it, and I ended up trying to get. She made fun of me not being able to fly to get to the top. That's why I was so insulted, and it really hurt me.
Is this true, Nova?
Insulted me, and we had a fight about it. We're okay now. We're okay now. We're okay now.
I will just remind everybody, I will never make you roll insights against each other. If you think Quill is lying from the way that he's talking, then you just, that's what you think. Just putting that out there as a reminder that it's the way we don't have inter-party checks unless it's shit like sleight of hand and keeping stuff hidden.
It's important to get both sides of the story. Nova, is what he's saying absolutely correct?
It was exactly that.
Wow, well...
They both
Oh,
acted in a
bullshit.
very suspicious way.
I feel
You're being weird.
Remember, your exterior, your physical body really needs to look like it's meditating. And
Mine definitely doesn't. I'm pissed off. Tell us what's happening.
I'm
also like squirming.
I'm going to speak just out loud. It's like, if you're struggling to find your happy place now, take some deep breaths and continue.
Happy place, everyone.
I think I've convinced the dragon.
Maybe we need like an anger management room or something.
Yes,
Room
this
that we can
morale
go-
officer,
yeah,
I think maybe.
like just swing at some bags or something.
I approve that. That would be great.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
I feel like if you truly did have an argument as to reaching the book at the top shelf,
Way
and that
up
caused
high.
such a problem, maybe there's a deeper rooted issue that's just come out in that relatively trivial circumstance.
I missed my wing, and it really hurt me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's the problem.
And why would Nova be upset with this? Did you know?
I insulted her hand.
Fuck's sake.
She misses her hand too. And we had a fight about it, and then we made up, and now we're a team, a good team. Nova,
I'm fine.
we're fine.
Quill is my friend.
We're good friends. Besties.
Oh my god.
Sentry, what do you think about this?
Well,
This morale officer.
falling out with a friend is never a fun thing. But I think we need like a day. I think you need to sit on this for a day or two. Let it all come out. Let it all just slowly seep away, and then we might be all right. Right?
It's
Yes.
fine. I didn't fall out with a friend.
What does that mean?
What?
I may punch one or both of you if you do not tell me what's actually happening.
Don't punch
Because you can't
There's never
lie.
a point
You
in
can't lie.
Don't punch me. I've said plenty.
You said it in a very non-convincing way, Quill.
Well, I'm not a very convincing person. People
Yes,
accuse
stop
me of
trying
lies
to.
all the time.
Just-
Being like, I say the wrong things at the wrong times, and the right things at the wrong times, and the wrong things at sometimes the right times.
So what did you say to Nova that was causing conflict?
I think it might have been the wrong thing, then the right thing, but at the right time and then the wrong time.
Okay, well then what was it?
All of the above.
Nova, comments?
All of the above.
Oh my god. I am going to punch you so hard in the face.
Not
Both of
me.
you.
I might lose a jaw again.
You will.
There's really nothing is wrong. We had a fight. It was dumb.
I think maybe.
We're fine. This is making it weird.
Well, yes, but also at the same time, I think you understand the importance that we get a different energy from you, and it's important that we're all on the same page and transparent. If we're going to be facing the ultimate threats to Aerois, we can't have inner turmoil and conflict going into that.
No secrets.
No secrets.
There's no secret.
That was so unconvincing.
There are
Quill.
no.
What?
I need to teach Quill to be better at lying.
I'm saying
I'm not
we
even good at
shouldn't
it.
have secrets. Like, you've got the Faya thing.
There are no
not a
secrets
secret.
between myself and Quill.
No.
Okay, we do need to be on the same page. Right now, we are in a different book on the other side of the library to you and Nova.
Bottom shelf and top shelf, right?
Yeah, really far apart. Further apart than that.
Yeah. See, she's on the same page now.
I'm not on the same page.
That's what it was. Nova.
I mean, I wouldn't expect to find you in a library anyway.
Nova, your turn is definitely...
One, ouch. 2, Fair.
I'm just practicing some of this sass that you keep saying I should be.
But this is the wrong time for it.
Again, awesome. But also, this is so infuriating.
There's nothing to tell. We had a stupid fight. We're fine.
Okay, well, maybe...
What was the fight about?
Well, they've already said that.
Who said?
So maybe instead of looking at both of your problems as conflicts, maybe you can empathize with each other, with your wing and your hand. You both have gone through a real issue, and maybe you can share in that emotion together.
I've accepted my problem.
But you're suggesting Nova hasn't?
Quill, I'm sorry I said that your wing was a withered out husk of a skeleton.
Well,
Wow.
I'm sorry, Nova, that I said
yes.
your hand
Oh my
was the
goodness.
result of
You're upsetting Sentry.
decay. It would drain the life from everyone it touches.
Just like me.
I didn't say
Clearly
that.
been some frustration.
Yes. Let's not forget that we all very much owe our lives to Nova for her noble sacrifice, and thus saying such a thing so soon after it happened would maybe cause a reaction such as this, and maybe isn't very nice.
It was a noble sacrifice, and there was no ulterior motive.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I'm not involved. I'm not involved. Like, I mean, I don't want to tell you guys how your characters react, but if I was a character right now, I'd be like, what?
Why would you even consider that?
I just said there wasn't.
She saved our lives. Like,
She
why would
did.
she?
We're
No,
alive
I'm
because of
angry.
Nova.
I'm going to start humming.
I just want to say, as morale officer, my door is always open, and you can come into my room and talk to me about any of these frustrations that you were having.
Sentry, I'll tell you right now, I'm frustrated by these issues.
That's a healthy approach. Talk to me. Let it out. I'm here. This is my job.
This is bullshit.
It's difficult. I know.
Bullshit.
I'm just going to peek and see what everyone's poses are right now.
I think for the Ayla is just stood up, eyes open, like looking at him. Sentry's worrying,
This
but
is how
probably
I
has
relax.
well, no, because you don't close your eyes.
No,
You just look
ultimate poker
at
face.
you look
Like,
normal, just Nova's probably has eyes closed and is keeping a very serene face.
I'm as still, I'm eerily still.
Yeah, but uncharacteristically silent and still.
I'm a chronic fidgeter, you
Yeah.
know? And a
and
note-taker.
Quill is just a mess. He's
My eyes-
squirming.
well, my
He's
eyes are closed,
There's a
but there
twitch in his eye.
My eye's closed, but the storm eye, there's a glow that is coming out between the...
The lid.
Yeah.
And he's squirming in place and shifting around.
There's probably
uncomfortably.
little crackles of lightning around my fists right
You're,
now.
you're getting mad.
Because
Yeah.
I'm getting angry.
I've got a whole "this is fine" scenario playing out in my head.
Okay.
So I'm going to message Sentry alone.
You can't.
Can I not?
Nope, the messenger rings.
This was never
everything
a
at
thing.
once.
We could never do that.
Yep.
It was never a
If
thing.
you have another spell
Yeah,
that
if
lets
you
you do it, then
Oh,
you
that's
can
what
do
I
it.
was saying earlier.
You
my
have message, yeah.
I don't have that, so
Okay.
never mind. I think maybe this is not going as well as I had hoped, but there's clearly some underlying issues. Maybe we should follow Sentry's advice and let this sit for a day or two, and maybe we can approach it in a different manner if you're both willing to discuss this further.
Okay.
There's nothing to discuss. We are fine. You're the ones making this weird.
I absolutely disagree with you, Nova. However, I'm trying not to escalate the issue, and I'm going to put a little pin in it until further notice. If that's okay with you, I'm captain.
Why do you disagree?
Huh?
Why do you disagree?
Nova, you've never been like this until there's been a serious problem happening. And I don't think a book and a slight insult, quite a big one.
Well, I will remind Lucius, because he does have a decent enough intelligence score. You remember Quill said something was that
I'd be
Nova
fine,
had
and you
something
knew that
like
I'd
a
be
magical
fine.
thing in the room
Yeah.
and Quill stayed
No,
behind.
he didn't say something about magic clean. He said there was something.
He said there was
in
something in
There
the
was
room.
something in the
and
room,
we
yeah.
went there
we had
and
to get
didn't
Nova
find
out
it.
of there as well.
But I'm sure you mentioned something like, not necessarily magic, but you said like something's wrong,
I said
something's
there's
up.
something else going on here. Try and get Nova out of the room.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So you remember that like Quill had an inclination that something was going on with Nova before this argument.
And you know that I was crying the night
Yeah.
before as well.
Just as a reminder, because like it's been a month since we played, so
All I'm saying is there's things that still need discussing, and I don't fully believe it's all being put out on the table today.
Can I walk out of the room?
sure.
Because I can still hear everything.
Yeah, it's the messenger.
'Cause it's the
It works up
messenger.
to miles, so yeah, you can. You get up, you hear the rest of you hear the like footsteps in the door open and close. Aerois just looks at you and kind of nods.
Can I go to Nova's room?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allowing that.
Can I?
So what? You like open your
I've
eyes and
noticed
see
that she's
Ayla
going,
leave?
yeah.
Sure.
Well, meditation adjourned.
So like,
This?
does Nova just follow
I'm gonna
after
be like, is
Ayla?
this meeting over?
Well,
Ayla's- no.
If I
Sentry's
see
door's always
that
open.
she's
Door's
coming
always
with me,
open.
then I wouldn't go.
So if you, so I think the way this works is Ayla, like, because your eyes are already open, you kind of get frustrated. You just turn, you open the door, you begin making your way out, and then, I mean, does Nova move, or does she just like make no visible sign that she's
Well, I'm
aware?
gonna say,
Is this
is this meeting over?
Okay, so you hear that in the messenger ring, but you're still making your way out onto the deck because you don't know that she's aware, what she's doing yet.
and then I'll leave. No one's gonna.
Okay, so like Nova gets up and begins making her way out as well. You hear someone following you. You hear it like Nova leaving the room as well.
I'll just go to my own room then.
Okay, so
And
you
I'll
make your
just
way
carry-
down.
And just lock myself in there
Okay.
and do some angry push-ups and just be angry.
So the second you know that Nova's aware of you,
Yeah.
you're just like, right, I'm going to go to my room. Okay.
when we were outside Nova's room,
Yeah.
and you said that there was something in there,
Yeah.
was Sentry there as well?
Yeah.
No, I
No,
messaged
it was.
you.
No.
Oh
was
no, it
just
was
the
just
two of
you.
you.
So
Yeah.
But then
the morning.
but you said to me and Sentry, you said
then you went and
Quill
searched the room.
said Quill said to get her out of the room. I
Yeah,
think
so
there's
we're all
something in the
aware.
room.
And you went in there and searched. Ayla missed the roll and didn't find
Ah,
anything.
yeah, right. I'm all caught
So as
up.
far as the thing is the three of you have searched Nova's room,
Yeah.
but you didn't find anything. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whoever's left in the room, that went. Yes, I'm gonna go do captain-y things now.
Okay.
This just kind of, you feel like this kind of like, almost like a cat kind of like pouring on your vines on top of your head. You kind of feel him like nestling in a little bit. Just yawns like,
Oh, he's so cute.
Aerois like, okay, continue on course, staying towards Gisela.
Anything to report? Is the snow doing all right?
The Wolfpack is busy trying to make sure that it does not affect the sails, but it should pass. I've done some minor rangery things, and it shouldn't last for too much longer, so it should pass in a couple of days.
I'm guessing we can't fly above the cloud line because of the air.
Yes, it's not a sky city. We don't have the ability to generate
quite
air
cold,
and,
right?
and climate, so it would become colder and the air would become thinner. So we need to try and stay below it as best we can, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem, so it should be okay. It'll take us probably about a week and a few more days to arrive in Gisela, and then we will need to try and track it down. Quill and I have looked at the charts, and we think we have a vague location.
Will I have? Sorry.
Looked at the maps.
Okay.
We figured out where we should be going.
Yes, we know where we're going, and we should be there soon.
Don't worry.
Soon.
Yes, okay, thank you, Quill. Quartermaster. Very
Whatever is going on, I leave to you.
Can I just retcon a little bit?
Sure.
How noisy was Ayla being when she left the room?
Probably noisy.
I mean, it's Ayla. She
me.
stops. She doesn't move quietly.
So I wouldn't need to like roll and be like,
No.
does she?
No. You would have heard her leave, but you also wouldn't have any idea of where she was going. Like, Ayla could just be leaving because she's pissed off.
Yeah, I want to make it clear. I'm not following Ayla.
Yeah.
I'm just like, is this done? Because this is going nowhere.
Yeah, and I think it's so. Ayla goes to leave the room, and
And
it's
I
like,
take that as a cue.
and then
to
you're
be
like, okay, well, this meeting's done. You get up to leave, and Ayla notices like, oh shit, Nova's going to realize where I'm going, and Ayla stops. And I think that's how the sequence plays out.
Cool. I just want to be very like, let's not metagame the fuck out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
this,
yeah,
shall
yeah,
we?
of course, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Sure.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I'm gonna go to my quarters. If you need me, for anything, anyone.
There's only 2 people then.
Yeah.
These two.
Meeting broke up, innit?
Lucius and Quill.
You two.
Yes. No,
know where I
yes.
am.
Yeah.
There's always a cup of tea.
Is that?
There's someone to chat to.
I think we need to ease off the coffee.
Yeah, that might help actually.
Yes, I still feel jittery.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole anxiety came from that.
Do you know what? I have noticed an anxiety spike recently, and that might be why. So.
I haven't eaten yet.
No, me neither. Well, I don't need to.
Let's go see.
No, we had porridge.
Hence the anxiety.
Sorry, I'm not here.
But yes,
Also,
I'm going to be
Sentry
taking
has it.
notes
Just doesn't eat.
about this meeting. I'll be
Okay.
writing down notes.
What have you written down for this one?
Improvements need to be made.
That's a heavy underline in that
That's a
one.
heavy underline, and I'm bleeding all over it as well. Hello.
Okay.
That's in
Actual,
real life.
actual Rhiannon blood.
Lol.
Right. Okay. Well, with that lovely awkward conversation dealt with,
Was it?
there is time. Like this is we can wrap this up in montage. We don't have to play out every single day, but you have like a week and a half of travel time here.
There is like something I want to do in the downtime, but I want to talk to Quill about it first, but I don't want to kind of hijack.
Well, does anybody else have
I can
anything
make it a
else?
very short conversation.
Does anybody else have anything else?
No, it's fine. It's an important thing. Like,
Okay.
no worries.
Mine's a social thing, so I'm going to make it very open that me and Faith had this bond.
Okay, so you tell the crew, you would like gather the crew
Yes.
together and you say, this is what's happened. We've made this kind of life
In
partnership.
front of the
bond."
Wolfpack.
Yeah, they already know, so they're already aware. So to them, it's just like, nah, and they just kind of shrug it off and just see it as like, yeah, we know, we were there, we were part of it.
Okay then.
That's them. But the rest of the crew, I think, like Howard and Lancian and that, like Howard is like, oh, that's lovely, that is. Oh, look, congratulations. He thinks that it's like some big thing. Lancian, I think, is interested but doesn't care too much. Same with most of them, like Penny. Grey Lano probably will have a private word with you about safe behaviour. Getting the wrong impression.
I'll use this message as a diplomacy thing. It's like, it's all about coming together and realizing our strengths as a unit and as a team.
Okay.
And so let's all try and, for this journey, find something that you have in common or enjoy about other people's company.
Okay. The Wolfpack are very confused. we're supposed to talk about feelings. I don't understand.
Get them on the meditation circle.
Feelings happen when you drink a lot, so maybe start with that.
All right. Yes, sir. They just kind of like salute and go back to their job. Kamara just shakes her head. It's like, I'll do it. Don't worry. And takes them off. And so, so everyone is now aware. And do you make it clear that this is just as a friends being life partners kind of vibe, or do you just say we're married in some weird way?
I think the agreement was it's a friendship bond between us. However, I'm making it seem more legitimate for the Wolfpack.
Because
so that she's not
she doesn't
being
get bothered.
picked on, yeah,
Okay.
and bothered.
So
yeah.
that's the impression the rest of you get.
Yeah.
All right. So that happens during the downtime. What about you two? So Nova.
You guys want to do anything?
No, that's it. I think that was it.
Ayla's probably just going to spend a lot of time
Pumping.
Punching.
working out,
Making the anger.
being annoyed.
the whole ship
Probably,
moves now.
probably being with she'd probably hang out more with Sentry
Sure.
rather than coming
wanna,
to
like,
Nova and Quill.
Well, if you feel
Just
that they're keeping
because
something from you.
she
Squishy
doesn't-
nerds are being annoying.
More that,
Yeah.
like I think if she spends too much time and things, because especially if Nova's being very different to how she usually is, she's being very reserved, that just annoys Ayla more.
Okay.
Because she's like, you're being weird and I don't like it and you're not
You
telling me
won't
why,
tell me
so fuck up.
Okay.
In her head. And then she's
All right. Cool. What does Nova do?
Yes, I guess just like quietly, I don't know, maybe.
It can be any day or
Yeah.
like a time of night, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're not in any threat when you're over just expansive sea. It's when you get to land that the ship might be at risk.
I guess I'll just be like, hey.
So if you come to...
I'll probably come to your quarters like one night, just.
Okay, so I think when you do, when you go through the door, I'm like holding the Hesper symbol, and then when you come through and say something, I like quickly like hide it under a book and move it around like... What, Nova?
Hey.
Hi.
You know the other day in that weird meditation circle meeting thing?
Yes, yeah.
Why did you cover for me? I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna tell him.
We are currently at two very opposite ends of the scale. Of the same scale, luckily, but opposite ends. If I tell everyone my side of the story, then you're going to get hurt. If you tell everyone your side of the story, then I'm going to get hurt. I don't think it's up to me to tell them what you're hiding from them.
I do want to tell them, but I'm worried now that we have this dragon. I was close, but then we've essentially got a direct line to the Dragonborn.
You already don't trust us. I mean, it doesn't... We can have the meditation circles. They are embarrassing, but they work. That's at least one way of hiding it from the dragon. Then would have been the time.
No, it was too emotional.
I can't continue covering for you.
I know. Look, I came here to ask you something. You know, we've got some time until we get to the next island, and the ILS told me something interesting. And
when?
I haven't spoken to them since, you know,
Okay,
that
good.
day. He knows, or at least he could triangulate where pieces of Tiangong are.
Okay.
But he needs to see a map of Aerois. So he can work out, you know.
Oh, it hasn't been updated since the Sundering, I suppose, has it?
Yeah. And, I mean, you know that I want to reunite Tiangong. I want to bring Tiangong back. And I almost think we need to. We need a powerful ally. And it's a big ask, Quill, but I didn't want to do this without your permission. Would it be okay if I showed ILS a map so it could figure out where more shards are?
And then it outputs this information.
It has no output. Unless it interfaced with a system.
The ILS is a military command. The moment it gets information, the moment it shuts off from you.
Starbane's already here, Quill. Starbane probably already knows exactly what Aerois looks like right now. It's not going to be the most interesting information to him if ILS somehow transmits this information to him.
And what if it says, well, hey, there's a stash of shards right down that pit of spikes, and just lures you into a trap? Lures all of us into a trap.
I'll go on my own. It'll be my risk to take.
This is a decision for the captain, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you.
If that's what you want me to do, I'll do that.
Okay.
And Quill, don't try to blast me again. That wasn't nice.
I didn't know what... We've been through a lot.
I know.
And when I said I didn't have an argument with a friend, I wasn't saying you're not my friend. I had an argument with a family member. You're like a sister to me.
Thanks, Quill. I'm really... Look, whatever I can do to get your trust back, just tell me.
Tell everyone else first. They're more important.
Okay.
There you go. That's the step. Okay. So I have two questions. One for Sentry, one for Quill. For Sentry, during this week, how much do you slip into unstable state, shall we call it? Do you purposely try and find ways? Do you try and trigger moments like that?
I think she would, yeah.
Okay,
I think she
so
likes it.
You rest as
Yeah.
much as possible, hoping that you'll kind of snap into these states. And they do happen. You're not ever sure how long they last. Sometimes it feels like they go on for hours. Sometimes it's like brief moments. But then when you come to, it's nighttime and sunset and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're not regular. There is no set pattern to them, but they do happen. Your mind just rolls back into memory, but it's almost like a lucid dream where you can shape the memories and you begin to create scenarios that you know didn't happen, but they're still great to live in. You create moments of imagining what life could have been like with the royal family after the war, seeing the princess grow up. They're not real, they're fantasies, but they become more toxically real. And sometimes you forget whether you're in a memory or if you're in real life. You start imagining the rest of the crew there with the royal family of Solvin, back in the palace. You see Lucius meeting as a delegate of the elves, and you begin kind of pulling everybody into this fantasy you're creating. And I think over time it's going to become harder and harder to tell where reality and where memory blur.
Cool.
Quill, how much time do you spend praying? You mentioned that obviously when Nova came in, you were holding the symbol of Hesper. Do you actively try and pray and speak to him?
I don't think it's necessarily praying as much as theorizing and questioning and considering.
What kind of question?
How many lies or how much has been hidden from Quill, from the gods or the titans themselves? Because he worshipped him as a god, and if he's not that, then who is he?
Okay, all right. The days pass. The ship functions as normal. The lookouts keep an eye out. You don't see any sign of pirates. Kamar and the Wolfpack make it clear that pirates around Gisela are fairly uncommon. It's not. There are a couple of trading lines here, but for the most part, the pirates tend to focus on the northern parts of Aerois. Northern and then the eastern side of Aerois, basically. Now that you're traveling into like the southwest, piracy's not so common. The main thing they warn you about is as you get closer to the mountains of Gisela, things like wyverns, things like that, beasts will become more of a problem. But on the open ocean, there's little to worry about. A week and a half passes until eventually Lookout, the Guardian, calls out. He slides down from the viewing post and reports to Captain Lucius and Aerois, I have detected a landmass. I believe that we are approaching the continent of Gisela. We will arrive tomorrow morning.
Oh, thank you. Very cool.
Aerois,
I'm going to messenger ring everybody and say, well, we're almost there. We almost did it.
He's like, no, myself and Navigator Quill believe that the City of Glass is located in the northern part of the continent, so we can begin making our way there. And then I'll need to spend some time figuring out a space to land. If the city is as bad as what you've told me, this City of Glass, this ruin, we won't be able to land in the city itself. We'll have to land somewhere outside of it.
How are our resources looking? Do we need to restock?
We can stop at the City of Glass, but after that we'll need to head to Imixan or another port to refuel. Also bring on cooking and food supplies. The trip from Gusthaven to Corsari cost us quite a lot, and because of the events in Vivex, we weren't able to fully resupply. So,
man, we need to be funded by the government or something.
The cost of the refueling should not be too extreme. Same with the supplies, but certainly if you can acquire any valuables whilst you're down in these ruins, I think that would be quite useful.
Okay. How long do you think we have on the City of Glass?
I mean, if we land the ship, I can reduce the fuel limitations to minimum, and we'll have a couple of days. Food-wise, myself and a few of the others if we can land somewhere near a forest or something like that, we can hunt for some supplies, gather fresh water, but it depends on what we can find. But yeah, we'll have a couple of days at best for you to explore. But
I
then
assume we had some stock from Vivex.
Yes, we do. Yes, so
Right.
we have enough for, I'd say maybe a week or so. Once we land, including travel time for the fuel.
Right. We'll be as conservative as we can. However,
All right. Well, I will. I'll send. I'll keep watch, and then as soon as I have word, I'll message you in the morning.
Thank you, Aerois.
No problem. You all go to rest for that evening. Quill.
Oh, goody. Starting to love these.
As nighttime descends, and you find yourself trying to sleep and struggling, as you have for like the last week or 2 weeks. The conversation with Nova playing over in your head, the images that you've seen from the space citadel, the troubling revelations.
Yeah.
But eventually sleep does come, through exhaustion more than anything else. And with that sleep comes the visions of clouds, being upon a great height, looking down on Aerois. And you see, kind of sat on the edge of a cloud, like a mythological painting of the gods. You see Hesper, but he seems older. His hair no longer kind of this brilliant platinum blonde, but now streaked with grey, a kind of greying beard falling down around him. His robes look a little bit more tattered. His wings streaked with grey and discoloration. And he just is looking down at Aerois, and he seems quite weary. But he senses you approach. You know that he's aware of your presence as you kind of step on these soft clouds that almost feels like walking on thick sponge as they sink into your claws around, but bear your weight as you stand there behind him. Hello, Quill.
Hello, this is quite the vision you've got here.
It's nice to be able to look down upon Aerois and see everything. Even if I can't do much to interact with it, I find a comfort in being able to see it all in a single gaze, not be too focused on one minor detail. Taking the big picture.
You look different to last time.
Yes, I've been spending a lot of my energy. It's fading. I think I told you before that since our mother died, we're all getting weaker. I've been trying to speak to many of my followers, prepare them for what's coming. I've been giving a lot more of my power than I'm used to. It's taken its toll. And he kind of turns at you, and you can see he's not like an old man, but he's wearier.
Yeah.
From where once he was maybe his like early 30s, if he was immortal, now he looks to be in his sort of like 50s. But he still smiles quite softly at you. I've heard the things that you've been asking, the knowledge that you're now aware of. I'm sorry that I've not been able to speak to you sooner. I've been trying to speak with many others about Callus.
Right, yes.
But I have some time for you now, if you have questions. And he kind of smiles at that word, questions, this repeated theme between the two of you, always talking about questions. And he kind of like just gently puts a hand onto the clouds next to him, kind of indicating to come and sit with him.
Well, you've been asking me to ask the right questions, and sometimes they give me the wrong answers that I want.
So not the wrong answers, just the answers you don't want to hear.
True.
It's the nature of questions.
What would you say is the right question? You know what I know. I don't know what you know.
I can't tell you that, Quill. That's the point of being the essence of knowledge itself. I have all the answers, but if I just tell them to you, you'll never learn. You have to ask the questions yourself. That's the point. It's why a telecus can't just give someone strength. They have to earn it. It's why Sayana just can't make someone happy. She can teach them to share happiness with others. She can teach them to play music, but she can't give them the songs, if that makes sense. And it's the nature of what you know we are. Maybe a god could tell you the answers, but I can't.
not a Titan.
Titan. A term that Callus uses, but I don't know if it's what exactly we are. It's an old term from an old world. It used to mean the children of gods, the children of divine beings, but it was more primal than that. We're more like echoes of a god, ghosts of a god. Tiny pieces of Siaska all broken up, scattered, given life and strength so that she could create the world she envisioned, so that she could reach more people, teach more people.
So I guess that makes me an echo of an echo.
No. You're immortal. Your destiny has always been in your hands. Your choices have always been in your hands. That was one thing Siaska always wanted to be clear. What you have is... I don't give you your power, Quill. It's always yours. It's the nature of seeking knowledge that gives you the abilities you have. Think of me as a conduit to what Siaska represented. I am a trail leading through the woods. You're walking that trail, but the destination is not the path. The destination is something else.
But what of all the people that have been wrong all this time? So you're not a god, you're a Titan. Doesn't really matter, but
I'm what
you've
people
never
need
made
me
an
to
effort
be.
to correct them.
No, you're right, we haven't. Some of my brothers and sisters relish in being called a god. Who wouldn't? That's what our mother was. It's what we aspire to be.
It's what Callus Starbane wants to be.
No, I know Callus better than the others. He doesn't want to be a god. But I'm not sure where his crusade will lead him. Madness, probably. But not a god. The way I see it is this. If calling me a god, if believing that knowledge is gained, if being called a god helps people reach the knowledge that they need, then I see no harm in that. It may be wrong, but we all believe things that aren't quite true about ourselves, about the world. If that helps people, is that so wrong?
No, I suppose not.
That's for you to answer, not me. Something is coming, Kulik. I've been thinking very hard. And I believe that our mother can be brought back, but at a great cost. A great cost.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much longer I'll be around to give you answers. And I'm not sure that all of my brothers and sisters will agree with my plan.
Where will this take place?
The halls of Resplendence, the home of the Titans. And he kind of smiles.
I did say to you.
You should.
Delicus?
I worry about him. You should be wary, Quill. It may be that the chosen, the faiths of Aerois might not always be your ally. They may turn against you. They may turn against me. They may turn against the future of Aerois. You should be prepared for that. But I think it's the only way that we can help defend against Callus. He's here, somewhere, hiding from us.
When is this... When are you planning on doing this?
I don't know. I'm trying to convince the others. Siana, Kilara agree with me, but some of the others are harder to convince. Zephyr and Atelicus are headstrong. They still think that we can fight Callus as we are. They are stronger than many of us. They've kept a lot of their power. Palador too, but we can't last forever. Do you remember what I told you to head to the Valley of Storms to secure weapons?
Yes.
Please keep doing that. The future is in mortal hands now. We have no more power to stand against, to manifest in the physical world. Perhaps Atelicus and Zephyr and Palador still could, but the rest of us aren't strong enough. Which means that if Callus invades, if he finds a way to destroy the cradle or disrupt the cradle, you are our only hope. All of you.
Watch out for Italicus.
Primal strength. The need to survive has always been at odds with science and magic and knowledge. My brother and I have always clashed. I wonder who will come out the stronger eventually. He kind of like gives you one last nod. I will not be going immediately. I just wanted you to be aware and to hear my answers firsthand. I've never lied to you. I've never tried to keep things hidden from you. I always wanted you and all of my followers to find the answers yourselves. The curse and boon of being a god of knowledge and magic.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes. Well, thank you. That's relieved a lot of doubt in my mind.
One thing. Your friend Nova. I worry. Callus is charismatic. He is convincing. He has brought thousands of worlds to his side with nothing but words.
I worry too.
Find whatever it is that he is offering to her. Find another way. Callus can think of only one way to save the universe. As a student of knowledge, you must find another.
I will make that my highest priority.
He nods. And then begins to just... I think he nods and smiles, and he just... into feathers that just float up, and then the dream immediately begins to fade. And you go into a peaceful slumber. For the first time in perhaps weeks, you have a peaceful night's sleep.
Awesome.
Oh, Quill.
Awesome.
Most important verb in the world.
I feel sorry for Quill. Like, it's just so much like on your little burp shoulders.
Burp shoulder.
When you're a servant of the gods, you've got a lot of responsibility.
Oh God, too much knowledge, too much rattling around in my old little Tim brain.
Yarr.
Picking a god of knowledge, that was a smart idea.
God damn.
Right,
Titan, damn.
I mean, we could.
right.
Can
In the morning,
we have? Yeah.
what do you want to do? Do you want to talk to your friend? Does anybody else want to do anything?
I want to talk to all my friends.
Talk to all your friends.
Aw. Who are they? Sorry, no, I'm joking. It was just there, I had to.
There's low-hanging fruit that you just had to
Yeah, I
pick.
just had to.
Right. Yeah, what's the plan? In the morning, you are woken up. There is a general call, and you see land. The airship is basically making its way across the coast. You can see small settlements, like, pointing up, like a couple of farmers out on the kind of rural outskirts of Gisela. It is a much more rocky terrain here. It's very mountainous. The south part of Gisela is very arid, desert-like, and then the north gets more climate, more temperate. But the airship begins to bank and move towards the northern tip of the peninsula, where you think the City of Glass is located. And you see other skyships in the distance, kind of like, planes crossing paths that seem to be bearing trade goods and are making their way. Aerois kind of like offers some little salutes, a tip of the cap to some of the other captains as they make their way past. As you now begin to travel overland.
Nice.
Lucius is up early. On all these days when we're close to Gisela, making sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
Looking out all the time.
Sure,
Checking
mate.
on everybody.
What? So, how are you just trying to are you overseeing people's work, or are you just offering encouragement?
Just very excited.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All right, make a charisma check for me. Just a straight up D20 plus charisma.
15.
15. Yeah, that's pretty good for a straight charisma check. I think that your enthusiasm filters out, and the crew begin to get excited. The Wolfpack, commit to their work with extra efforts. Lancian is just bouncing around, his Azamar energy just burning bright as he's super excited to, he keeps talking about he's never seen a country like this. He's never traveled outside of most of his homes. He's amazed to get to see it. Howard kind of takes some quiet moments out on the front of the deck. Faith spends a lot of time with you kind of looking out on the countryside. And it's different. You've been here before, but in brief. Gisela is a country where the northern areas are quite pretty. There's a lot of forests, kind of like these alpine pine forests that kind of cover these hills. And nestled in between all these forests are quaint little villages. Up in the hills, you can find little communities of Goliaths, and they're small to you as you're looking down, but you can see them kind of like little, sheep and goat farms and little pastures of livestock and things like that. It's quite quaint. Cool. As you begin making your way, so I hand it over to you guys. If there is anything, if not, I will continue.
I'm just occasionally doing messengering, statements, this is almost coming full circle. Well, we started off at a port in this area, and now we're coming back. And we're going to fix Sentry, and Sentry's going to be okay soon.
Yes, we just need to find the City of Glass. That's all we need to do. I guess now we're close to land, we're
Yeah, well, I think this would be the best
hard.
time for you and Orion to start making survival and perception checks, really.
Yeah.
Anybody can work on this. So this is kind of something of, if you want to really pinpoint where the City of Glass is, this can kind of be a team effort, right? Because you need people keeping an eye out for waypoints, landmarks that can help guide you, because it's not on any maps. You're literally going off research that you found, physical descriptions of places. And you need to track that, and you need to actually analyze the maps and figure out where you're going. So whoever wants to help can help Quill, or Quill can just do it by himself. I will roll for Aerois.
Is there a way I can try and slow it down?
Slow what? Finding.
So try and make it difficult for Quill.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? How would you just try and distract him and stuff like that?
Or be like, I don't think it's that way. I think it's over there. Try and
I think that would just impose disadvantage on Quill's checks, right? You're actively trying to subvert.
I mean,
what he's
she's
trying to
only
do.
sabotaging herself, though.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Saying, it wasn't me, it was the dark horse.
No, but I think that considering what's been going on, that makes a lot of sense. So
Sabotaging yourself is top tier D&D.
I love it. So
Says the one
So
Yeah.
Aerois and Quill sit down in the navigation, in the captain's quarters, with all the maps on the ready room, with all the maps laid out. You've got your research books where you found about the City of Glass, and you're trying to match up, in this book it describes it being near several forests on hills, let's map those out and stuff like that. And then you're coming in and saying, but what if it means not forests? What about over here? And you're trying to distract it. Okay, so you and Aerois are going to make this check at disadvantage, basically.
Okay, just perception or survival. Oh, they're both the same.
So, yeah, I think you do perception, and then she'll do the survival.
Oh dear.
That was cocked. Ooh, very bad.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
10.
Was that the highest one you got?
Lowest.
Okay. So...
Second one would have been 25.
Oh.
Well, I think so. Sentry's there with you, and the three of you are working together to try and track it down. But it is difficult, and I think that you probably spend an extra, let's say, 3 days. Basically having to
Sentry!
Well, it would have taken you about a day and a half anyway, because what you're doing is the airship is having to basically go back and forward over the landscape,
Checking these
and
areas.
mapping it out. Because the city's large, but it's a huge continent, right? It's trying to find a city that's not on a map by just traveling across the landscape. And even if you sail over it, you're trying to keep an eye out for it. And it just slows everything down. You put them in the wrong direction, you start trailing off one way, it's not there. Right, we'll go back on where we thought. Oh, but what if we try this bit? We didn't look here. What if it's on the coast? And then they start following one of the coasts along, and it takes an extra 3 days. But eventually, despite Sentry's best efforts, and maybe a little bit disheartening to you, Quill, you're out on the bat, and the frustration's been getting to you.
Sentry, with the greatest respect,
but you see it.
I'm the cartographer.
I'm just trying to help.
And I think you see it, and you only catch it because in the faint distance off on the port side, you catch a glint. Something that must be so large it's reflecting the sun. And you think, City of Glass. That it's something, and you check it, and Aerois spins the ship around, and you begin heading towards it. And within hours, like within about the next 4 or 5 hours, you begin to see on the very tip, like of the Gisela Peninsula, they're basically like a stretch of land that stretches out. Where the sundering happened, lots of the land crumbled away, and it's left this kind of jagged peninsula of land. At the very tip of it is a city, a ruin of a city.
So I guess it could have looked like the glistening of the sea or something like that.
Exactly, and that's how you've missed it out before, because it's right at the edge of this continent map.
Yeah.
Whereas you'd been looking inland mainly, and you see it's nestled, it's kind of almost covered by forest as well, because the city's broken into 2 bits. There is what appears to be an outer city, which is stone, crumbling ruins, overgrown, 500 years of sea air and ocean to erode it away, and it's just broken it down into this kind of crumbling ruin amidst a kind of very swampy forest. And then in the middle, like a terrible scar throughout the ruin, pristine, beautiful glass. The whole city, buildings. You think you can see tiny people when you peer through it with a spyglass. It's like a jagged scar, is the best way to describe it, ripped through the center of the city, completely transformed into glass. Aerois points out that landing, and it's because it's right on the edge, it's just cliff face. Around the outer walls, it just turns into cliff face that goes 200 feet into the sea. Aerois points out this, like, well, we can't land in that city. It's far too ruined. We could easily damage the ship. I don't want to get us too close to there. But there's some hill lands just outside of it. I could bring the ship down in there.
Okay, how long travel? I guess I'd know how long to travel from that place to...
It'll be a couple of hours at best.
Yeah.
But there's one thing as well. Lookout has spotted. There appears to be some sort of man-made camp on the outskirts of the city ruins itself. They're waving the flag. They're waving the colours of the Caesaran Commonwealth, the government here of Gisela.
Okay.
I guess it would be respectful to at least acknowledge it.
So they've definitely spotted us. I can see they've had lookouts seen quite a few of their troops.
We don't want to get
spying
mixed
on
up
us.
with breaking any laws again.
No, and we always make our way right to the top of every continent's government straight away, so may as well start strong here.
Wow, Tom. Way to criticise my campaign.
I mean, it's more that we just fuck shit up so much.
We fuck it up so quickly.
Or just get arrested just for coming in.
It's nice that we can just land here and they'll talk to us without us having to kill someone by accident.
Just break air laws.
So the Aerois brings the airship in about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the city ruins, because it's also thickly covered in forest as well, right? She has to find like a big open space, and even that is trying to find somewhere that's not hilly and scattered with like rocky outcroppings and things like that is quite difficult. But eventually she finds a small area to set the ship down. The like landing struts are brought out and the ship comes to rest. And I'm guessing you all begin to make preparations to disembark and head down there. 2 major questions is, do you want to bring any of the crew with you? Or are you just heading off on your own? Is anybody wanting to stay behind? Like, what's the setup like? Are you sending... is the party just going to go and explore by themselves? Or what do you want to do?
Well, first, I want to have a quick word with Quill, just quietly, and be like... Yeah, because I thought we might have the conversation when we're getting here.
You can do that. We can do that after the break as well. We can just kind of flash back.
Flashback, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that after the break, though.
I guess the only thing I want to clear up with Quill is, like, do you think this is a good idea to have this conversation before we do everything this century? I worry, basically. I worry that it's going to impact on her.
After.
So you think we should...
Do the City of Glass and then have a conversation about what you guys know.
We're a team now. Want to go into that place as a team. Yeah.
Crikey.
So, Captain, do you want to bring any of
three
the
of us are
crew
just
or
like,
anything like that?
I'll take on everyone's advice. It's like, what do we think in terms of is it worth protecting the ship? and having the Wolfpack here? Is it worth looking for resources?
I think you hear like whispers amongst the Wolfpack of like, I ain't going in those ruins. I'll come back made of glass. I'll get turned into a ghost. Like they've got like the classic sailor's superstition, right? If they're like, I've heard that anybody who steps foot in there is sent to the underworld and they're tortured forever. There's all that, like, but then some of the Wolfpack are like, but what if there's treasure? We could go in there and become kings. And then like there's all this kind of like rumor and whisper is going around the crew, and
They're going to be difficult to control. I think it's probably best we leave them here.
I think here is probably the safest option for everyone, including the locals.
We could be the lead scouts and see if it's safe first.
What about Helios?
We
Yes.
should take Helios.
Yeah.
Helios?
If he wants to.
do you feel that there is an eternal present?
There could be.
We have no idea.
Do you genuinely believe that, Master Quillick?
No.
No.
If you wish my assistance, I'm happy to bond with Sentry Guardian again, if that would please you. In my current form, there is little I can do to offer assistance. I can rudimentarily scout for you, if you prefer. I am somewhat resistant to harm in this form. Or I can bond myself with Sentry Guardian again.
How would you guys feel?
I don't mind. Up to you. You want the fun cape again?
You are all such masters of decision-making.
Fun cape.
Fun cape?
Very well. Places a hand on Sentry's shoulder and vanishes. The golden mantle of fur and the flowing golden cape erupt behind her, so you can add the bond of...
Oh, we don't need a light source for nighttime.
I can't believe that he'd be okay being called a fun cape. Is that where he is now? He's just put away
Yeah,
our
but
shit
Ayla
for
said
so
it,
long.
and he's
I
probably
think,
like...
I also think that, like, Eterna, like, that's what they do. They become things. So to him, it's not an insult.
But fun.
Oh, I mean, the fun bit, he's probably like, I am not fun.
Yeah.
And then he does it, right? But being called a cape, he doesn't care about.
See how
Commander
fun
Wolf
that is?
says that.
Okay.
Very fun.
right.
Very glowy.
So you're going to leave the crew and everybody here, and then the 5 of you are going to go in, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you are gearing down the ramps, because you have like kind of gangplanks that lead down to the actual floor level, and then the airship is weighted. There's actually a very kind of like a big strong grapple that digs into the ground and keeps it locked in place. As you begin making your way down, because it takes several hours to like land, disembark, on the edge of this grove, you see a force of about 10 soldiers, all dressed in, and I think Quill, you would see this before everybody else. They're wearing uniforms and armor, and you can see it's like breastplates and good weapons. Like they're not like peasants or anything like that.
Right.
But man, it's like ragged, self-repaired. Like it looks like they've like kind of patched it all together, or they've like fixed it up themselves. And they march in a disciplined order, but you can tell this isn't like a battalion. They're kind of moving like skirmishers. They're kind of spread out in a thin line. They have a mixture of weapons and skill sets, and they're basically moving towards the ship. Not aggressively, but in numbers. At the head of them, you can see a half-elven man with kind of dark skin, kind of like very rich caramel brown skin, pointed ears, but not elven, probably half-elven at best, who has a bow in his hands, quiver of arrows, but isn't kind of like knocked arrows or anything like that. Nice fine armor, cape, and seems to be in command. Next to him is a very tall, like 7'3" Goliath woman. Quite masculine in some ways, but still very clearly presenting as feminine or female, with a large kind of mace in her hands. And then the rest of them are all like a mixture of humans and dwarves and everything else kind of mixed in. And they're basically making their way. And as they get within kind of shouting range, the man in the cape and with the bow is like, "Hello! Greetings!
Hail!
Who am I addressing, sir?"
You're addressing Captain Lucius Viren Elenasto.
Ah, Captain Lucius Virion Elwin Elanasto. I'm afraid that in the name of the Sanzian Commonwealth, I must ask you to get back on your very magnificent boat and fuck off. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Yay!
Perfect.
Fuck off around this room.
No.
Well, whilst you guys fuck off on a break, I'm going to read some donations.
That's brilliant.
What a prick.
Yeah.
I like
Fun
it.
prick.
Yeah. Right, you guys go take a break. If somebody does get back from their break sooner, I might swap out and go to the toilet myself, but I'll read these to start with.
Sure. Yeah, you won't be too long.
Ola Renve, thank you very much for your donation, but no message. Mr. Altissimo, hello everyone. I hope you're all off to a Yog Plague-free new year. Can't wait to see what this year brings for High Rolls, and hopefully you all stop by Texas so I can meet you all. Well, howdy to you, partner. Thank you very much for that quarter hundo. Jamie, thank you very much for your $20. Just watched every episode of Aerois over the last 3 months with many podcasts whilst traveling Canada and the US. Absolutely loved it. Finally catching you all live. Mark, we met outside your tent. I was the newcomer from the Dunnings. Dun dun. Well, Jamie, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed Empire, and I hope you enjoyed all your traveling, and thank you for the generous donation. Half hundo from Deline Dan. Well, thank you very much. Hey guys, hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year and are all well and recovered from the Yogs Plague. I need a new D&D tattoo idea. Can you all think of one for me, please? Love you all. Take care. I will ask the guys when they get back, Dylan Dan. But thank you very much. I hope you find something as well. Crab with arms for a quarter hundo. Aerois is back. I've had plenty of D&D during the break though. My friends and I just finished the Lost Mines of Phandelver, and I, being super strategic, died no fewer than 3 times as a birdbarian. An Elvish sorcerer, prostitute, and an air ganassi. No regrets. That's the way to live life, the D&D life. Thank you very much. Nightjar, sweet Nightjar. So happy to have my chilled D&D Sundays back. Yog love, missed you guys. Hope you all had a lovely December's plagues aside. We did. Thank you, sweet Nightjar. Nathalie, the Trope Keeper, season premiere boy. It's good to have you back. My life has gotten so much better since the last episode, and I just wanted to share some of that happiness with you, my favorite D&D campaign that I'm not personally playing. Well, thank you very much. Rhiannon is back. She's eating some crisps.
Some crisales.
Crisales. Zelda Zorian, thank you very much. Hey guys, been a long time since I've been able to watch live and donate. I want to thank you all for helping to make 2019 an amazing year for me through High Rollers, and especially YogCon. Also, thank you all for the awesome merch. You are welcome, Zelda. I hope uni continues to go well for you. The Guild at Ravenmore, and they're back. Try not to die on the first stream of the new year. What would you think of a Lightfall The Next Generation campaign with all the children of the original characters? Also, Mark, help me. I can't stop homebrewing. I'm afraid I can't help you on the homebrewing. I think with Lightfall, like, I want to potentially finish the Descent stuff that we started, but then I think I'd want to put it to bed, and I'm like, done. You know, I think it's very easy to just constantly go back to what's familiar, but then you don't get to try new things and you don't get to develop new stuff as well.
I want to be a level 20 warlock.
I want to fucking see Alzra again so much. Big Daddy Pingu, 420 donation, 420. Woo! Happy to be watching live this evening, first in 6 months or so. Thanks so much for strengthening my interest in D&D. I'm hoping to DM soon with the Grim Hollow book and helping me through a really shitty year. Tar guys, Sam, fuck Butlins. I don't know what the hashtag is, but sure, fuck Butlins. Raging Rhino 101, thank you very much. Happy new decade. Looking forward to my first D&D session with all my High Rollers dice and notebook on Tuesday. Hey, where I will play a Night Elf Ninja Monk. Question, has anyone played a Drow Elf before? I think Katie played one in Dead Reckoning, but not since then, no. And they're not in Aerois, so we don't have them. And then we have gifted subs, is this? All from Reginald Bear. How many was this? 17, is that, Sid?
Yeah,
17. 17 from Reginald Bear, who gifted 17 subs. I'm guessing that's in the Yogscast channel. Thanks very much, Reginald Bear. We appreciate it. And then there's 3 more, which I'm going to let Rhiannon read for you, whilst I go pee.
Hello, it's Pretzel Monster here. How are you doing?
Just have an empty voice.
Yeah. Let me just put my mic back on. Yo, so Bayfeather, $10. Thank you very much. Great to have you guys back. Can't wait to see how this new Starbane dealio plays out. Party tension and all. Here's to a new year. Thank you very much. And Lightning Wing Dragon, this new guy sounds fun. And fuck off. Very good. And Varus as well, thank you very much for your donation. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the second half. Have a fun time.
DM's not here. What do we do?
Revolt.
Our own campaign.
So how's everyone feeling? How are you guys feeling?
Feeling
I
scared.
fucking love it.
I'm
I love it. I'm milking it.
really worried I've fucked things up. I don't know.
You
Why?
can't fuck D&D up.
No, I'm just like I really want to tell you guys, but I'm just getting a bit confused and like it's too many schemes. That's why I want to tell you guys because I'm just
Too many
like
schemes.
I just want to get it out and
But
get shouted
great.
out.
That's like a great fuel to fuel the RP. Because like no one wants to tell everybody, Quill's telling him not to. And it's,
Well, and I'm confused now because like Quill said to Nova, tell them, and I was like, I'm gonna tell them, and now he's like, no, don't tell them until after, and I'm like,
after.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
what would Nova do?
Well, I feel
WWND.
because like Nova's so sweet and honest and family based, she is having a hard time keeping it to herself.
Yeah.
So she probably, especially now that Quill's like found out and is sad, she probably really does want to like tell all.
You should roll for it.
Maybe I will roll for it. Maybe I will just go, fuck you, Quill, I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah.
And it can still happen before we land.
I'm also just super worried that I'm kind of monopolizing all the table time. Like I'm really,
I don't give it. I'm fucking loving
Yeah?
it. I'm just sat here.
because I'm really
soaking it up.
paranoid about it all.
Nah.
I don't know.
I'm flashback into the
I
past,
don't mean
guys.
to, guys.
I can easily take control of the table if you want.
Yeah?
And, have it the Lucia show. if
Do
you
the
want.
Lucia show. What would happen on the Lucia show?
Be lots of very boring talks about daddy issues.
Meditation.
about daddy.
I wish I had a snack.
Do you want
Oh, you
a
got
Snapper
time.
Jack?
There's loads of snacks.
Snack at Jack's, please.
It's essentially
Would you
air.
like to eat some cardboard?
It is airy
Delicious.
cardboard,
Salted cards.
salty and vinegary.
No, I'll probably get a McDonald's on the way home.
Why did you say that? I'm going to the gym.
I've got like an obsession with double cheeseburgers without
Oh my
ketchup or
God.
mustard and pickles, so it's just onions. And man, I could eat like a million of them.
I thought you were doing veganuary.
I haven't started yet because Nina's been sick,
Okay.
so we've not been able to like properly
Yeah.
like do a thing.
Hey.
Oh,
Cooper, Orc, Dark Day 41, and Idonican, thank you for
Hey.
gifting
a
a
bunch
bunch of
of.
subs on
Wow.
HR.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Sid, for
guys.
letting us know.
Thank you for letting us know. Thank you very much for.
TYTY.
That's my job.
Oh, there you go.
Nightjar.
Sweet
Cheers, mate.
Nightjar. It will always let us
Thank you
know.
for letting us know. If you get more of those, we'll get that repog emote as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump back into it then, friends.
I
So,
believe there's some conversations prior to landing.
yes, so we're going to have a flashback, if you want to, or is that resolved?
I don't know what to do. As a player, I'm really conflicted.
Yeah, but we still would have had like a week and a half on the ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about what Quill just said
Afterwards.
about not saying it until after.
Yeah.
Because of.
I mean, if you want to do it beforehand, just do it. Yeah. We'll just go back in time a little bit.
My thinking is, okay, this is Kim talking. Nova isn't used to not telling the truth.
Yep.
And it's kind of eating her away.
Yep.
And it's eating her away that since Quill's found out,
Yep.
he's clearly unhappy about
Yep.
it. And he said, the thing that would make me trust you is to tell everyone.
Yep.
So I kind of feel like she's, even though we just said like, we tell
Wait until after.
I kind of feel like it might just kill Nova.
Do you want me to make this somewhat easier for you?
Yeah.
In that, because this is like a, could she have the willpower to do it? You can make a wisdom saving throw for me. I'll set a DC, and then if you pass the wisdom saving throw, Nova keeps her lid on it and is like, no, I think
lid
it's
on
right. And if not, we'll have an awkward conversation where she just blurts it out to everyone.
What's your wisdom
Look,
saving
Tommy.
score?
My wisdom
Wisdom saving throw.
+2.
Okay. So not horrible.
And then
Terrible.
setting a DC. What do we think for Nova? Would you say that
She's
trying to
got-
keep a lid on this would be easy, moderate, hard?
I think
What do you-
hard because she's
Right.
been grown
Done.
up. She's a family girl. She's been grown up to tell the truth. She's always told the truth.
She's not used to keeping.
She's not used to keeping secrets.
Okay, sure. Right, I have my DC set.
Okay. So +2. I'm using my Nova dice. 16, 17.
17. It's not enough for a hard check. Nope.
Time to get bulletin.
So I think that there is a moment where like you speak with Quill, but the night before you land, when you know you're coming in, and even that morning, eating your breakfast, it's just eating away at you. You keep hearing your mum telling you like lessons of like telling the truth, being honest with your friends, and you keep thinking
guilt
about what Quill said. That how do I trust you? Tell the others first. How do I trust you? Tell the others first. It just keeps ringing in your ears. The ship begins to land. Set the scene for us.
Well, Nova probably hasn't even been eating really much in the last few weeks. Like
You're
she's
becoming
just-
all skeleton.
Yeah, I'm not going for the whole thing. Yeah.
That's a good look.
So Howard's like, come on,
So
Miss
if
Milton,
it's
you've got to
the-
eat. You've not been eating barely anything.
Thanks. It's really tasty. It's not you. It's not you. It's me. Do you know where Quill is? Do you know?
Have you
Yeah, I imagine they're well, we're getting ready for landing, so I reckon Quill's probably up and up on the main deck and probably with all the others. I don't know. I saw Miss Ayla. She was punching stuff in the deck.
Oh god, she's gonna punch me by the end of the day.
I think Miss Sentry's in her room.
Okay.
She's having a quiet moment.
Okay. I'm
I
gonna
can
go
go
find
get
Quill.
some. Do you want me to get?
I'll go get Quill. It's fine. Thank you, Howard. I love you. Bye. Quill. So I'll find Quill, and I'll
My hands are
Quill.
face.
Quill.
Okay. Yes.
I need to do it. I need to tell everyone now.
Now we're landing now.
I can't.
Oh, I mean, okay. Yes. Okay.
Look
now-
at me, Quill. I'm a mess.
I can tell.
I haven't slept. I haven't eaten.
She does look quite unwell.
Then please, yes, please, for both of us, please tell them.
Okay. I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry.
I haven't enjoyed this.
I haven't either.
I don't like being at odds with you.
Look, just tell everyone, and then we can all be at odds with each other. Won't that be great?
Oh, great. Please don't let them kill me.
They won't.
Okay.
Bold of you to assume.
I'll help you out.
Hello.
She's unhinged. So I'm gonna.
She is actually. That's true.
I'm gonna tap the
make it
messenger
even
ring.
worse.
Or activate-
Wait. Do you want to call Sentry?
I don't know, Quill. You want me to tell them, and then you don't want me to tell them, and I don't know what to do.
I'm just thinking about it logically now. Do we want to tell Sentry?
As in just us. She's like,
Do what you want. Play the game.
Tell everyone. Tell
do
everyone.
what you must. Do what you must.
Tell everyone. It was bad decision making from me again. Just go.
Okay, I'll activate the messenger ring. Hey everybody.
I can't wait to land.
So this is going to be the first time Nova's spoken for a couple of weeks, really.
Especially on the message.
It's like if we were in a group chat, she's left you all unread. That cuts deep.
Ghosted.
One letter replies.
Yeah. Okay. Thumbs up emoji. Hi.
Sorry, new messenger ring. Who dis?
Thanks,
So
Ayla.
dumb.
Can we have a quick meeting, please?
Sorry.
Can we have a quick?
Sorry. You want to talk?
I want to talk.
You want to talk?
Yeah.
Have I got a
Okay.
messenger ring?
Full
Yeah.
party?
No, you don't. You don't have a messenger ring.
Great.
I think it's time I talk to everybody. Maybe not the dragon.
Then a meditation session is in order.
Quill, get the ring. Quill can't hear us right now. Quill can't
I'm
hear
stood
us.
right next to Quill.
Okay. He needs to get a ring.
Did Lucia suggest another meditation?
He did.
Great.
How are you guys feeling?
I mean, you could just lock the pseudo dragon in a cupboard, but
Yeah, can we-
it can't really stop you.
Yeah.
It just won't be very happy that you've done that.
I'll
Yeah.
probably report that.
Yeah.
It probably would. Yeah.
We can put them in one of our rooms.
Where is the pseudo dragon now?
With Lucius.
Okay.
I think it spends most of its time with Lucius. Or
So it will always be with someone. Okay.
Alternating day.
unless unless you stop it being from
Unless you lock him in
someone.
a cupboard. Like I actually did to Milo the other day. Turns out he was in my wardrobe. I didn't know where he was. Anyway,
Yeah, I've done that too.
Was he mad about it?
Stop talking about cats. Game.
Oh.
I had a doll, right? When I
doll?
first started episode 1,
No,
scattered across the floor.
I think you did have a doll.
no.
I
You
think
had pajamas.
No, he had. I think he had a stuffed toy or something.
Yeah,
You had
you
a bear, I think.
Yeah.
And it had a hat, right?
It did have a little hat. Sure.
Yeah.
Did not have
This is
matching
serious
pajamas to
retconning.
Lucius's.
Where are we going with
Retconning all the way back to episode 1.
I want to try put the hat on this.
this? Yeah. It will wear a hat.
Amazing.
It's a dragon.
that it?
It's a dragon. It's still part dragon. It loves having things. So yeah, it's like just if it's a comfortable hat. If it's uncomfortable, it won't like
It's a
it.
soft.
Yeah, if it's a nice soft little hat, yeah, he loves it. Was it like a little kind of like droopy?
It's like
That's not where I thought
it's
this was
a
going.
matching because
Sleeping
me and I think
bear.
it was Teddy
yeah.
Yeah.
had
Okay.
matching
pajamas.
pajamas.
So yeah, it's like a little matching pajama hat. It's like one of those
Night
little with
hat.
the little ball,
Yeah.
with a little ball on the end. Yeah, he loves it.
And that's
He's
going to help
going
us with subterfuge.
He's intelligent, but it's still part dragon.
Very
So it's like, yeah.
important thing. I support this fully.
If you gave it like coins and stuff, it would love that. It'd love having coins.
Distract it with a coin.
Good to know.
That's potentially, I think Nova's intelligent enough that, yeah, pseudo dragons probably would give. If you basically went, here you go, here's a big pile of treasure, it would probably distract it for a while. You're intelligent enough to know that, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, team destroying me. Let's
Well,
go.
I guess when they come into the ready room, I'm probably making a pile of like gold in the corner.
Okay.
Because I have
How much gold you got?
Well, I'm not giving it to him.
Well, then it's not going to be distracted by it.
I'm just letting him play in it, and then I'm taking it back.
Well, we'll see if he lets you take it back.
It's a tiny dragon. If you give it gold, it's now the dragon's gold.
I'm gonna say 50 gold. Why not?
Okay, 50 gold. So you put like a little pile of 50 gold in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how you find me when you come in.
And you're putting the gold in the corner of the room where you're going to be talking.
No, so I want to
Meditating.
see it. I want to keep like diagonally.
Okay.
But we're going to be meditating.
Yeah, we're gonna be meditating.
Oh, okay, so
meditating.
you- all right,
guys.
yeah,
I'm
okay,
not gonna
okay.
talk, but I
All
just
right,
want to
okay.
see where it is. I
Okay,
just want to
sure.
know where it is and
Yep.
distract it.
All right. So you come into the room. Nova's made a small pile of gold in one corner and then moves over to the other corner and sits in it. Quill, you've got the messenger ring. You've reached into it. As long as you give it back, I'm not going to fuss around too
Cool.
much.
I burst in with this and the hat. What a glorious day. What a wonderful day. Everything is going to plan. We finally found it.
The tiny hat.
No, the City of Glass.
Oh, yeah.
we're
Why is he
positive.
wearing a tiny hat?
Doesn't it look good?
I have so many questions.
Doesn't it look fantastic though?
You know, at some point, we will have to give him back, right?
Yes, a hat doesn't mean possession.
I just...
It just looks good in a hat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't you, Viz?
He does look good in a hat.
He does look good in the hat. I was just making sure that you don't...
I'm not attached.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, sure.
Let's meditate.
Let's.
It hops off Lucius's shoulder, begins making its way over to the gold. And it like looks around, like, is this somebody else's gold? It's not. It kind of like jumps on the pile of gold and begins like pushing it all around, like gets some coins in its mouth, and then it curls up, starts sleeping on the gold.
No.
Someone leave some coppers over in the... Right.
They're not coppers, they're gold coins. You wouldn't have given a shit if it was copper.
No one
I feel like
does.
that's what Lucius calls gold.
Yeah.
It's...
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Someone
Lucius
left some
doesn't
pennies.
understand. Yeah, no, that's it. Lucius doesn't
don't
understand.
Platinum, what is this?
denominations.
Yeah.
Things
So
come with checks.
he just he's like.
I just cross my legs and I point silently at the dragon and I like go to the ring and then I go into my meditation, my faux meditation pose.
Now everyone, remember, let's try and synchronize our breathing this time so that we can all reach the same happy place.
Yes, happy place. Happy place.
Right. Very well.
Unity.
Don't do
I can sit
Team.
comfortably, cross-legged, in a meditation pose in my boots, so I take my boots off, but they probably smell a little bit.
Okay. There is a very pungent odor. I don't think Ayla bathes, so it's
Nice
does.
breathing, everyone.
She
When it
doesn't
rains.
really clean the boots or
Happy
anything.
place stinks.
Doesn't affect me.
Poker face, Joe
that's
over
true.
here.
You're like smells.
Whatever.
What are they?
You are
What?
all poker face.
All poker face.
You've got no other face.
One face McGee.
Why don't we send
We'll
her
see-
in to deceive people?
We'll see if that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see how the poker face plays out.
Yeah, let's see how this holds
yeah.
up in
Yeah.
the next 5 minutes.
Conversation.
Nova, you called this meeting, so please.
What I'm about to tell you, I wanted to tell you sooner, but I'm worried about the dragon. What I'm going to say needs to not go back to the Dragonborn. It will put all of us in danger. So please, you're going to shout at me, but keep it to the messenger ring and try not to show anything.
Internal screaming, please.
I'm getting angrier by the second. Just blurt out whatever it is, please.
You can hit me later, Ayla.
Well, just tell me what's happening.
I don't know where to begin. When we came back from Aegis 5, I brought something with me. It's called the ILS. It's the program that was talking to us on the space station and controlling the doors, the power, the oxygen
That's here. On this ship.
in my room.
In your Oh,
Yes.
What do you mean, oh?
yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I mean, no.
Quill knew that there was something in your room. He detected it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Quill and I had a fight.
So we've had Starbane tech on this ship the whole time. The whole time!
Not the whole time, just the last couple of weeks.
Keep an eye on Sentry's position.
I'm just going to stand up,
Okay.
get out my axe, and just smash the table and walk out the room.
Oh, shit!
So there is just this colossal.
I'm gonna run after her immediately.
Yeah, Sentry.
Sentry, I need you to listen to me. Listen to me.
What if he knows we're here, Nova?
He
What if-
doesn't. He doesn't. Sentry, listen to me,
I'm
please.
gonna run after them too,
Stop.
without my boots.
Stop.
Slap, 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 slap.
Look, you can smash it after we have this conversation, please, but just hear me out. Please.
Say what you say.
Is that spoken or is that messenger ringed?
I think I would probably...
I think Nova's
I
in
think-
control enough that it
Yeah.
can be messengering. I think Sentry's the one who probably might say something out loud.
I would probably say something like stop, like just
Yeah.
stop and listen to me. Like,
Okay.
I would say that. And yeah, it would just be a mix of messengering and please. Sentry, you wrote me a letter, remember? After Aegis 5, you wrote me a letter and you said you trusted me and you said that you said thank you and you said really wonderful things about me and I haven't done any of this to hurt you. I promise, I haven't.
You didn't have to carry this by yourself. You could have told any of us at any time.
I was worried. I was worried about you.
We're worried about you too. Can I just give her a hug?
May I interject? I think we need to go back into the plan room.
I promise you, Sentry, if you don't like what I have to say after this meeting, we'll get rid of it.
Okay,
Let's go back in the room.
okay. I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to apologize for. I deserve that.
No, you don't deserve that. Like I said, you saved us on that ship.
Just looking at the destroyed table.
Just wreck. And it's just this single big crack down the middle.
That would be a great comic front page, wouldn't it? As captain, I think we need to organize this meeting because tensions and emotions are running high. Rightly so. So let's give everybody their time to speak their piece properly, without interjection. So Nova, give me a damn good reason why the ILS is on this ship.
I've only spoken to it 3 times. It's on this ship because
Crackles of lightning. Just.
I made a decision to bring it with me because it is a tactical representation of Starbane. It has Starbane's knowledge. To my knowledge, it has no way to send messages out or communicate with Starbane. But it's given me information, more information than we could have ever gained about Starbane and what he's doing than 100 years of us research or fumbling around in the dark could have given us. In just 3 conversations.
And in those 3 conversations, the amount of knowledge you have acquired, what has it gained?
I mean, it knows where we are. It knew when we were at Vivex. It's why I'm not having a conversation next to it right now.
Are you fully aware of what it's capable of?
Not fully, no. But I am confident it doesn't have a way of interfacing with Starbane unless it attaches itself to another space ship or a station or a ship.
And how do you know that?
It offered me power in exchange for interfacing with the Vivex, the actual ship. It said it could bring the ship. It could take control of the ship. I don't think it has power outside of technology. It needs to interface. It can't interface with our ship.
Now, I don't want to
To my knowledge.
I don't want to speak for everybody here, but I believe such a important, albeit last-minute decision to bring such a potent device into our care should never have been done by a single person. That decision should have been made as a team, and it should have been discussed straight away while we were very compromised early on. Who knows what it's learnt and what it's capable of and what you've fed it in that time.
We've been having conversations completely normally. We don't know.
It's never been around those conversations. It has been in my room. So unless you're having conversations in my room next to it, it knows nothing. I've been careful.
Does it know where we are? Does it have a sense of where we are
It has a
now?
vague sense.
And what does it want from you? How did it offer up all this information for you? I'm sure it didn't do it without a cost.
It wants to help me. Because it thinks I'm working for Starbane.
Oh, it thinks that?
Why would it think that?
I took it off his ship, didn't I?
Why would you do that?
Because suddenly we have so much information about Starbane and what he's doing.
And we do not consider the fact that he's only giving you the information he wants you to have, so that you can run his little errands for him.
I don't think it's intelligent enough to...
It's Starbane. It's intelligent.
No, it's a program based on him. It's not him.
But it has made
But it has
demands.
his knowledge.
It hasn't
said.
made demands.
It's tried
offered.
to make you integrate with the Vivex.
It didn't make me, it said it was an option. And I didn't. And nothing has happened.
Nothing yet.
Its information is vastly out of date. We know that
I'm
much.
sorry. You knew about this?
It's
I did say,
For 2 weeks and you didn't tell anyone?
that's why we had the fight.
Is this what you were hiding in that really fun meditation we had the other day?
there were no books on shelves.
No shit.
I didn't really say that about his wing.
I'm glad you two aren't mean to each other. At least that's one positive we can take away from this.
Oh, Sentry, you are too nice for this world.
I mean, he did try and kill me.
I'm trying to look at the bright side at least.
Considering the
No one
state
heard it.
of play, sorry, what was that?
I mean,
I fucking
No,
heard it.
as a conversation, I think if we're talking, it wouldn't have, yeah.
He tried to kill you.
Considering the situation, you're being very level-headed, Sentry. The table took a hit, that's fine. We didn't take a hit. Better to have let it out on a table than us. However, I understand what you did, Quill. To cover. Seems like you're just trying to mediate the problem because we had other matters at hand. Is it not?
We had a disagreement. It wasn't my secret to tell. It was best for Nova to tell it how it's meant to be told. When I found out, it wasn't in the best of light.
So what does this thing want? Now, we've left Vivex. What does it want now?
It doesn't want anything.
Well, you've not used it.
I've not spoken to it since the Vivex. It's not made demands. It's not shown any capabilities of doing anything outside of when I activate it. And even when I activate it, it doesn't seem to be able to do anything because it has nothing to control.
No, but people keep saying that Callus is persuasive. He has a way of making people do what he wants. He might not be demanding it, but he's still manipulating. And if this is based on him, if this has the same essence that Callus has, then it's persuading you to do things that are going to benefit him.
So far, all it has offered to do is to take the Vivex, is to activate, interface with the Vivex to make it fly. That is the only thing coming near to a demand. The only... the other conversations I've had, it's just talked to me and told me things.
Such as? What do you unveil to it? You've had questions before about Aerois, about Starbane's position. You've questioned his motives, sometimes even liked his motives and understood them.
I haven't liked them, I've understood them. I want to make a very clear definition about that.
So would it not be the perfect opportunity to be alone with Starbane to ask him such questions?
And that's what I've been asking. I've been asking, what's Starbane's plans? How do we defeat Hadar? What would you do if you were Starbane right now?
And the answers?
Destroy the cradle.
Oh, wow. And how do you feel about that?
Well, it's bad, obviously.
But
at least I know about it and we know what he's going to do, because then we can pinpoint at least where he is. Because to destroy the cradle, it needs an energy force from this side.
like Tiangong, perhaps?
Tiangong's not capable of that.
Maybe if you collect all the shards for Starbane, it would.
Well, why wouldn't Starbane just do that himself?
Maybe he's incapable of doing so, and you have a connection with Tiangong to certain shards that he's incapable of reaching. Have you not considered that you're a pawn?
I have.
I don't mean to belittle you, Nova, and you're very intelligent, and I would not be able to be in your position right now, dealing with Starbane, the very person that's brought down thousands of planets, and you stand alone against him, in your mind at least.
Yeah, because no one else will listen to me. That's why I didn't tell you guys straight away, because I knew that you would be against me. You wouldn't give me a time of the day to talk about it.
But also, not telling us has made this worse. And our trust is at an all-time low, I do believe.
At least I told you.
In the end, you did.
I always wanted to tell you all, but I didn't know how. I wanted to figure out what it was I had brought back from Aegis. I wanted to get some information and try, I don't know, find Starbane and get Tiangong back from him, or stop him, or get Starbane to join our side.
And you can't
Because
do
it's
that.
not about Starbane, it's about Hadar. I've always said it's about Hadar.
The problem is getting too close to Starbane becomes a problem because he has overwhelming power. He's not going to show you all his hand.
But that's the thing, he doesn't know I have the ILS.
As far as you're aware, we don't know for sure the capabilities of the ILS. That it's technology beyond our understanding, unless you know more than you've let on. How do we know for sure that this ILS is capable and not capable of all the things that you've made deductions on and assumptions on?
If it knows where we are, surely Callus can track where he's put these things. And it knows where we are. Maybe it can send a signal to him.
He knows that already, given the fact that he can visit me in my dreams. We've always known that, come on.
Then there's almost a direct connection to it, through you.
So what do you want to do?
Destroy it.
I don't see the benefit of having it here.
It could help me find Tiangong.
We can help you find Tiangong in other ways.
Okay, the reason why I've told you today is because it says that it can triangulate where pieces of Tiangong are. It just needs to see a map of modern-day Aerois, because it doesn't know Aerois since the Sundering.
That sounds like Callus is trying to get information.
But Callus is already on Aerois!
Yes, but he hasn't seen all of it yet.
Oh, come on, he's got agents everywhere! You know that!
Sure,
You've
but-
seen that! So why would he need one defunct ILS unit from a space station he wasn't even using?
We don't know why he would need it, but he does. Therefore, we should crush it. We don't know anything about what he wants, and I don't think that we should be questioning it.
Hesper agrees with Ayla.
So,
On what charge?
Wait,
Hesper,
Charge.
I had another meeting with him.
Did you warn him?
Well, he knows exactly as much as I do. He always does. That's how he does.
Because you know the other way, the ILS told me that the cradle will break. I told you, remember?
Go ahead and refresh me.
An attack on the Hall of Affinity,
Oh, yeah.
destroying the Titans.
Hall of Infinite Resplendence.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes.
I told you to warn him.
There's been a lot going on between you two
I'm sorry, Titans?
that's new to the rest of us. Do you not see where we're coming from? We're going to be the people that are at the forefront of helping save Aerois, and we can't even get our facts and our stories and our purpose straight.
And in your plan of saving Aerois, you're still fumbling around in the dark, whereas in me talking to this thing, I know what Callus's plan is.
Or what he wants you to think his plan is.
So you think it's something other than bringing down the cradle? Because that sounds pretty much like the big thing. I think,
Well, we are fumbling around in the shadows because people are putting shadows upon us as well.
If I can pause for a second, because I would like to know what Sentry is currently thinking and doing, if anything. Or is she just silent, listening to all this?
She's just silent. She's just thinking back to Solvin while all this is going on, thinking back to the war and everything that happened. And she's just trying to make sense of everything, but also trying to quell
The emotion.
her emotion.
Okay.
Say Starbane wins. He breaks the cradle, and he utilizes Aerois in whatever form he's decided to protect us or protect himself from Hadar and destroy Hadar.
he said that Aerois is the key to destroying Hadar.
Right.
And he showed me Hadar.
And what's the cost? Do we become a weapon?
That's why I was trying to get information out of the ILS so that I could talk to Starbane and try and have a way for him to resolve this without violence, without conquest, without death. That's what I was trying to do.
I understand your motives, absolutely, Nova. And again, I could not be in your position. However, we need to also be careful of his manipulation, his ability to convince you of something and subtly encourage you down a certain path for his benefit. We don't know his entire motive, only the motive he's willing to tell us.
Well, if I was going to listen to him, would I be telling you about this now?
Again, no, but there appears to be a civil war happening between us, so maybe that's part of his plan, to prevent the people that are ultimately going against him to break down internally. And it's very effective right now.
He manipulates. He persuades.
I feel like he's watching us right now.
He kills. Nova, you need to understand that. Well, I know you do. I know everybody does. The last thing I saw before I woke up to Quill was a scared girl and my home being destroyed by Starbane tech like this one. We need to destroy it, Nova. We can't let him do this again.
Sentry, the reason I did all this was to try and avoid that. I know he kills. I believe you, and I'm not taking it lightly that he is a man of conquest. I'm not ignoring that. That's why I was trying to do all this, because I wanted to try and see if there was a way to do this without further violence. Please, I wasn't naive in thinking. I don't know.
We could have figured it out together, or if we could be in this together and we could have worked out a plan together.
Your reaction just now was immediately anger and to destroy. And I wanted a chance, just a chance, to talk to it. And I have information from it, more information than we would have gained in months, years, when it's too late.
Regardless of Sentry's reaction, she did not stop you speaking your piece.
I know, and I respect that. And you want it destroyed, it's gone. The only other thing I would suggest
maybe we give it to the Dragonborn.
Is there a way we could see it for ourselves? Maybe get an understanding of what it can do?
If you want to,
Do that. Please do that.
if you want to, but you guys have just spent the last hour lecturing me about.
I fear I'm not smart enough, and I don't want to speak for all of us. I feel like this ILS, if it's capable of more than it's letting on, would get more out of us than we get out of it.
I'm not convinced it's capable of transmitting unless it's hooked up to more technology.
I could ask it. And then just find out.
Would that work on a technological hologram?
We'll have to try.
It's not a living being, so I don't know if your eye is linked only to living beings.
You don't know the extent of your eye. Who knows?
I just asked the question.
But
If it's linked with a living being, that's a big problem if it works.
I don't know if it can.
But it's a way to find out. If it's disconnected truly, surely there's a way to craft a question to know if it's disconnected or not. I understand what you're saying, Nova. Everything you've done is for the good of Aerois. I'm just fearful, understandably, I know you've considered this, of how much we give being the one major opposition to Starbane and trying to protect the cradle, of how much we counterintelligence we're giving, you know?
I mean, Starbane's already spying on us through me.
Then what do we do about that?
Maybe I should leave.
Cool, make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, no.
Maybe there's a way that we can find something that prevents spying on dreams.
Something that also beats Starbane tech and power. How do we block something of such magnitude, you know?
Now Tom's desperately looking at his spells.
I'm pretty sure I got something.
Yeah, I think you do too. So, what's the plan? I don't want to just leave this lingering on awkward conversations forever. Do you want to have Nova show you the ILS? Do you want to basically tell her, like, that's what you want to do? Do you want to just leave it at this and that we cut back to you guys leaving the ship, heading into the City of Glass? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep this conversation going?
How do we look at the ILS without the dragon following us and the dragon not getting suspicious?
Well, you can't be there then.
I think the dragon will follow the majority, would it not? I don't know. Maybe. I'll try.
How about we
Distract.
just shut the dragon away somewhere?
I think it might become suspicious.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't know. It would be suspicious, but it wouldn't know exactly what you did.
Yes.
Just,
could do that.
just like lock this room. We could just leave and lock the room.
I
Does
just
seem
want
to be sleeping.
I want to
Go on.
say, I'm sorry. I know that sounds hollow, but I have been thinking about all of this and the severity of it, and especially the impact of my relationship with all of you. And I'm sorry. I did it with the best intentions. And you've always known my quest and my journey has always been about Tiangong. And that's why I'm talking to you, because it wanted to see a map of the world so it could triangulate more pieces of Tiangong. Because I believe that if I could form Tiangong, we could get guidance from a very powerful ally. And I feel like that's what we need right now.
Absolutely. And it's also what Starbane needs right now.
Starbane offered to give me Tiangong in his last message with me.
I can't
He
believe
said
that.
he would just give me the pieces
And at
if
that
I joined
point,
him.
Yes, there you go. That's why. You would utilize you and Tiangong, and you would have what you wanted. And at that point, what does it matter?
I have a belief. I don't know if it's gonna... I need to test more. I need more pieces of Tiangong to test it. I have a belief that maybe if I form enough of Tiangong, Tiangong would be able to summon the remaining pieces. It's naive I need to test it more. I can only test it if we get more pieces.
Does Starbane have any?
I think he has 3.
Then he's got some in his pocket, literally as a bargaining chip. But if you have the capability of taking that from him,
Exactly.
then we need to make sure that we never even remotely suggest the idea around the ILS, just in case.
And I haven't. I don't know. I just, that's why I was thinking about getting the ILS to pinpoint more fragments, because I think if we get more fragments, I can at least bring more of Tiangong's consciousness back and we can get advice.
Regardless, I think what's clear is none of us should take any action from here on alone. I think we are stronger together, are we not? If you think it's best for you to leave, I think you also fall victim to becoming vulnerable.
If I'm a compromise to you guys, then yeah.
You're
I
not.
don't think you are.
You're not at all.
You're a strength. And we're better together.
Cool.
We would have died on Aegis 5, Nova, if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
We need you here.
And that's as honest as I can be. I'm not some Starbane agent. I don't want you guys to come to any harm.
Same here, I think.
I think the problem is you don't become an agent and start wearing his uniform. You do things without even knowing you're doing them for him.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see that now. And I'm sorry. I thought I was smarter.
It's better to have 5 perspectives on a situation than 1. So let's keep it that way.
I was scared.
But you saved us, so.
What is the next steps? I'm eager.
So what do we do with the
Eager to
ILS then?
hear.
Sentry, it's not mine anymore. You do what you want with the ILS.
I can't take it, Nova.
Then
I
I leave
can't.
it to the group. I suggest maybe we give it to the Dragonborn or to the council that's meeting. They mentioned that they knew ILS technology.
Can we trust any of them?
I personally don't think we can trust the Dragonborn. I think they're too arrogant.
They're spying on us.
And they're too arrogant as well. They think that they've got Starbane beaten already.
I don't think anyone should have it. I think if we don't have it, we smash it.
If Starbane already knows where we are, and this ILS has the ability to sense and understand where we are, then it's best with us. Because he already has that knowledge, right? So long as we don't activate it, we keep it hidden.
Can
From
it
anyone else.
listen?
At the
when it's
moment,
not?
it can sense where we are and it can listen. That's why I've not been having any conversations around it.
So if we keep it, it still has knowledge. This is the thing. The longer we hold on to it, the more it's going to learn.
Then we destroy it.
Could we perhaps get it to triangulate pieces and then...
I don't think we should show it a map.
I don't
think-
so either.
Then
It's too risky.
I need help finding Tiangong.
We can do that. As soon as we deal with this City of Glass with Sentry, we'll get Sentry better, and then we can turn our attention there. If you think that that's the next best weapon against Starbane, then we'll do that and we'll find pieces. We already have found pieces. We'll just do it together. It might take a little while, but it's better than risking it on some Starbane piece of technology that we know nothing about. We can only make guesses.
And you didn't set out to find Tiangong with the only hope that Starbane would give you that information. You had that motive all on your own.
I didn't know what it was a bigger part of.
Okay.
Maybe Quill could help us find some pieces. Maybe your eye can somehow assist in something.
There's an idea.
I could. I mean, it might work on items.
You haven't tried?
We're talking about testing on an ILS. Why don't we ask Tiangong where pieces are?
Could work, yeah.
Hey, I had a good idea.
That's actually a
Just saying.
I can't
Let's
believe
document
it.
that.
I honestly can't believe it.
I'll write that in my journal tonight.
Thank you. Excellent.
Tiangong is more of a living thing than the ILS is.
we trust it more than Starbane, that's for sure.
Speaking of... You mentioned when we had our disagreement that you used the storm eye on me.
Yeah.
What did you see?
I asked about your involvement with Starbane.
You used the Storm Eye and Nova?
I had to.
I had it coming.
If
come
you
on.
had it, you would use it.
Yeah, to be fair, I probably would have.
I deserved it. Come on.
Okay.
And I don't.
It's just so much we're unraveling here that's happened without us knowing.
I also don't even want to think about what Ayla would use it on. It'd be embarrassing.
You have the ability, and let's keep it that way. I don't want to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw a thread coming from you leading to... Was it an island I've ever seen before?
No.
To a dying city that...
Sky City.
Sky City. That I've never seen it on any maps. I've never seen it anywhere. But Starbane was communicating with Nova for his own intentions, but not... I don't know.
Did you see him?
I did.
Remember it? He was in some sort of machine, and there was some sort of figure with him. He was like coming out of like a sleep almost.
Yeah.
And there was a thread connecting us both.
Lucius, make a history check for me.
I know what thread is.
Doesn't know what history is though.
12.
12. There's something when Quill says a dying Sky City. There's something about it, but it's gone. It's like a fleeting, like, I think I remember. No, it's.
So yes, that is probably where he is now. It was almost definitely where he was then. But I've got no idea where that could be or how we'd even get to it, even if we wanted to.
This power. We can destroy the ILS.
Right.
You know where Starbane is, and you can find him. That means we can utilize your power again to find what we need to circumvent Starbane.
We used the link to our advantage.
I've used it on people. I could try with...
He doesn't know this is happening.
No, but he doesn't know that you used it on me
But
to see where he is.
assuming he has a consistent thread with you.
Maybe it's just during the spell.
It's also relevant, and I think Quill would know this, is relevant to the question he asks. What is your involvement with Nova showed him the most immediate minute that could answer that question. That's how the Storm Eye works, is he gets a minute of the most immediate answer that can answer the question. So asking what's your involvement with Nova shows some sort of magical connection and what Starbane said, because that is the nature of their current relationship.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, this is our one advantage we have right now.
Just need to ask the right questions and to the right things. I could try with Tiangong. I could try something on the ILS.
Yeah.
We need to do it discreetly, out of sight of maybe even Nova.
I don't think we should do it on the ILS first. In case it's gathering information. If it's gathering information, then it's going to know that Quill has some kind of a power.
I say we destroy the ILS. I say we have your capability.
That's currently 3 votes for destroying the ILS, I will just say.
Try it on Tiangong before the ILS.
Cast it into the fire.
Okay.
Destroy it! It's still on!
There was a moment where Sentry was just like, I wanted Sentry to be like, Nova, I was there 500. And the strength of Starbane succeeded. Yeah, do you want to try using the Eye of the Storm on Tiangong?
Okay. What's the question?
Where do shards be?
Where
Where shards
where
at?
is the nearest
Hey, baby.
nearest shard? How far back can you go?
I don't know.
When you were split, do you know where your shards went?
I think it is probably more useful to ask
Yeah, because that would be too far back.
a more immediate... No, just I think if we ask something like that, surely it's just going to show the moment he's split, whereas it's not going to show where those pieces are.
Where
we
is
need
the
something.
next shard?
Where are the
Where's
remaining
the
pieces
closest?
of you right now?
Where did you go?
Where Tiangong?
Where Tiangong?
What is love? If I ask a question that I can't get an answer to, then I can keep trying, I suppose.
I would say that you would be aware enough that asking a question that has like too many immediate answers, like if you were like, where are all the pieces? It probably wouldn't
Yeah,
answer that
true,
because it
right.
can't show you
Where's
one
the nearest
specific moment.
piece, maybe?
But asking where is the nearest, where is the largest, where where was something like that, you could definitely ask. Asking where are all the pieces
Outside of the
immediately.
room that we're currently in.
And that's
Yeah.
there you
Jesus.
go. There's another specification.
Yeah.
Because if you say where is the nearest,
They'd be like, right
the
there.
is like Nova
You
stood
talking
there
to me,
like
buddy?
Well, could you be holding it? Could you be holding Tiangong and asking where is the nearest shard that isn't in front, isn't in my
connected
hand,
to this.
isn't in my hand?
I could just ask where the remaining shards are.
That's
Well,
quite
Too
open.
big. That's too big.
Too vague.
There's like hundreds of shards, right? Is
could-
13.
13.
I could
Okay.
ask.
113, same thing.
11 out there now because you have 2.
What if I asked Tiangong how to find the rest of the shards?
Ooh, that's an interesting
could
one.
be
A how is a different question altogether, yes.
Then it will at least take us to the next step on the journey to
It
find
might
the rest.
even-
Yeah.
Could it... Wait. Is our destiny predetermined?
It's a big question.
Are we going to see us in the future doing something that we already know is going to happen? Wait.
Oh no.
You freaked out,
I can
Sentry, leave it.
actually answer
Nope.
this one. I've had visions that haven't come to light.
Right.
Namely, in Callus Rest.
Time is a river.
Overflowing.
Okay.
So we need to make sure this vision happens. So we need to know the steps to get to that point and make sure they don't deviate from it.
As long as we
Or-
find the bridge, then we can cross it.
Yeah.
Or if the bridge isn't
We
a
can
bridge.
just ask where it is and then go find it. And then surely there will be something in our path. Yada yada.
I don't know. There might be something that will allow us to detect more shards than we're aware of.
That's true. But also, it might just show us the next literal step, like landing here is part of the destiny of us finding a shard.
Yeah.
Well, we can try again. Surely it's not a one shot.
We don't know if it's even going to work.
I can ask the quickest way to find all the shards. What's
Sure.
the best way to find all the shards?
Joint Star.
No,
The most efficient way.
I think maybe ask it where the next shard is.
The
Or the
nearest.
nearest shard
That
Or
is-
the next.
that isn't in your
That
hand.
isn't.
That's
Well,
a
I
good
think
question.
that's a simple enough
I'm breaking
question.
the meditation circle.
Alright.
Well, that was a really long meditation. I feel
Actually,
very relaxed now.
I need to quickly go back in the meditation circle.
Well, and another bit of meditation just to tip it off.
My mind's not fully at unity.
I just remembered something. You know when I said Starbane last spoke to me?
Mm.
You know, that was the night I was crying. Remember that? And then Quill and I had a fight. And
Yes.
I
I assumed it was... never mind.
you know how I mentioned he said he would give me shards in exchange for me joining him?
Mm.
He said he was also going to send a spy to me.
Wait. That... a spy?
He wanted me to give him information on where... on the leaders of Aerois. I haven't given him anything, and I was never going to, by the way.
So what else did he say about the spy? The spy thing is...
He just said that he would be sending a spy to me to give him this information, and if I did, they would give me more shards.
And suddenly we have... Wait, I don't want to... I'm looking at the dragon.
I don't think it's the dragon.
Can we kill the dragon?
Wouldn't it be the ultimate play, though?
He's really little. We could just...
What if the spy was already sent?
At the top of the Dragonborn. In the palm of Starbane's hand.
Should I just leave?
I think this is the next year. It's just us.
I don't think I've said anything this entire session.
You caused this.
Anyway,
We can ask the question
Who is the spy?
Yeah, we could ask who the spy is.
We can do a lot of things.
Use up those charges, Quill. How many charges you got?
I'd like to know who
3.
the spy is.
So you have 3.
Yeah.
Let's make a note of that.
I've got the full amount.
Okay.
Well, at least I imagine I have. I haven't used it in 2 weeks.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we've been travelling actually for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So he's got 3. I have a feeling you're going to start using it on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
I'm the law
How do we kill
master.
Starvin?
What do you wanna do?
How do we do that? Quill, you have the power.
Ugh.
Dun, 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 dun.
So what are you going to do about the IMS? That's my next big question.
One thing at a time.
Sure.
Yeah, we need to like wrap up this.
Yeah.
Planned out in a combat.
What if you're the spy?
But it's fine. Don't worry about that.
No, we've been through this.
The whole combat thing, ready to go.
What if your mind is the spy? And he's just looking through your eyes?
Quill. Okay, the spy thing, let's just think about that and stare at everyone. And,
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, me, I'm staring about it. I'm thinking and
and
staring.
don't worry,
and
I'm
thinking
not going to
and
give
staring.
any intel. Or we could give him false intel.
We could start pretending, yes, we're doing other things, but
But that's
it's going to be very
Let's think-
complicated.
about something else. Quill, here's Tiangong.
Oh, good.
Can you ask Tiangong?
He just can't log into D&D Beyond right now.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay. I've got it. Yeah, the
Ask-
Wi-Fi is being really bad in here today.
Can you please ask Tiangong where the nearest shard... What? Yeah, you're looking for the wording, aren't you? D&D Beyond, yeah. Could you read out the wording?
It's not the word. I know that
For
I
his
have to
thing.
do the
He
right.
can't log
He
in.
knows how to do it.
I know how to. Yeah, I know how to use.
That's
mine.
fine. I don't need to remind him. Just pass him Tiangong.
Like,
and
how,
ask a question.
how far in the future can you ask?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know if it will work on this.
Would a question like, where...
Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you just try?
Yeah.
Just
Rather
try
than
it.
like
Where is
you
the
guys get
nearest
in this
shard
loop
that
of
isn't in
like,
my hand?
what if it doesn't work? What if it does?
Where
What
is
if it
the
doesn't
nearest
work? What
shard
if it
that
does?
isn't in my
Just
hand?
try.
Hold it.
It's a charge. You get it back in a couple of in a week.
Where is the nearest shard of Tiangong that is not in my hand right now?
The eye crackles and swirls as mist fills your vision, Quill.
And then we see Callus holding
And
it. He's
just-
outside.
Just as a point, as part of the action to use this ability, you may ask a single specific question about your immediate surroundings, an object you are holding, or a person you can see.
Yeah!
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is disconnected.
No,
I'm out.
it's fine. Your vision turns cloudy and then becomes like a flying bird's as you travel from the storm chaser you are currently on across the waves. And you sail north. You fly north, leading away from Gisela towards the Hawksdawn archipelago. And then your eye dips as the bird begins to plummet and it plunges beneath the waves as it becomes like a fish. As it swims down deep into the depths, you find a sunken battlefield. You find the remnants of towers, of ruins, bearing insignia you recognize as Solvins. And you see at the heart of this immense battle, this battlefield, this ruined battlefield, you see one of these sunken war machines that you've seen before, smaller than the one you encountered at the Night Eye, but a beast of metal and strange organic material buried in the sand, almost like a giant face with arms and legs upon its side. In its core, in a kind of empty, hollowed shell, you can see plunged into the ground, in front of what appears to be some sort of chair or throne, you see the hilt of some sort of bladed weapon. And it matches the styles and designs of Tiangong. And blue power just echoes out from it. And then your vision back into the moment.
Okay, well, it's not close. It's.
You saw something?
I definitely saw something.
You don't have to tell us,
No?
just in case.
Nova's like,
I mean,
You can tell me later, but
considering the situation,
That works. That means we don't need shithead McGee.
you want to smash?
I really want to smash. Can I smash?
Let's go to my room.
Okay.
We all good?
out of context,
That
I roll
sounded
a-
very weird out of context.
We go on Smash.
Well, bang, okay.
Is everyone
Well, bang, okay.
happy with that?
Yes.
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 I think Sentry more than anybody.
Do you want to smash it?
It's okay.
Sentry, you should get the first go at this, seriously.
It's okay.
Put it on a table.
It's
if you
okay.
want.
We could have both. Axe and a hammer.
So you make your way down into Nova's room, the 5 of you.
You can use my hammer if you want.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't.
Sentry, are you sure?
I've had my, I've released my anger.
The dragon does wake up and does start to follow you.
Oh.
One of you could...
Can I just close the door?
Sure. Yeah, you can just lock it in the room. Yeah, Ayla does that. You hear it like scratching. But you shut the door.
Lucius, maybe you should stay if it's paired with you.
Yes, I will. Go on ahead.
Okay.
Everyone, don't say anything when you're in the room.
Okay. So you lead them down into your room, your humble little cabin on the mid-deck, and you find it tucked beneath your pillow. For the rest of you, it appears to be a long cylindrical prism-like shape, black crystal, pulses with a purple energy. Nova takes it. Do you activate it first, or are you just going to put it on the ground? Because as soon as you come near it, it begins vibrating. He wants to talk. You know it does. He always wants to talk.
79 missed calls.
I'm going to message everyone and say, it wants to talk.
You'll stood around.
I'm leaving. I'm by the door with the vis.
Oh, you did. So you do.
I
take
stay
it.
behind.
You stay. Okay, so you stay behind up in the
Making
captain's
sure
quarters.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
He's trying to like get out of your hands. Like you're having to hold him because he wants to follow the group. He's like.
I'll messenger ring. So long as we're all in agreement that the decision we made stands, I'll leave it with you. If you feel it's important to listen to him.
We don't have to answer it.
No.
At least, I mean, we don't have to talk to it. We can just hear what it says.
Ayla?
It's up to Sentry.
I won't be in the room if you answer. I can't look in.
If you don't want me to talk to it, well, activate it. I won't.
You can activate it if you want, but I just won't be present for it.
I'm not making a vote. You guys.
You can all see it. Just the air itself is vibrating quite violently.
I got the hammer.
Well, don't worry.
So you put it down.
If this version of Starbane doesn't talk to you, I'm sure the real one will soon.
I can't watch.
So you put it down on the ground, Nova.
Quill?
Right.
Destroy it.
And I smash it.
Right. I have a question. Who's in the room?
3 of us, I think.
Well,
The
Sentry
sentries.
didn't look, but are you in the room or are you?
I
stepping?
said step out if they answered.
Okay,
So
but you
I'm-
didn't. So
I
you
didn't.
stay.
Yes, I'm in.
You raise the howling gale, and you can see this crystal just. You bring the hammer down. I need everyone to make a
Yeah.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I get advantage on that.
You
Danger
do, danger
sense.
sense. Don't forget Sentry's bonus.
It's got a
Yeah.
security
What is it?
system.
It's plus. I haven't got Helium.
Oh, natural 20!
Do you want me to
Plus
tell
1
you?
on the save.
I can get up.
To everyone else? What's
Yeah.
your charisma bonus?
I'll get your thing
Charisma
up.
bonus is
Because it should be higher than that. Why is your iPad not working?
I got no idea.
plus 2.
So
Have
everyone
I
should
got
get plus
Helios
2.
equipped or not?
Yes.
So I do. So it'll be plus 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone
Cool.
gets plus 2 to their saving throw. Who's in the room?
26.
Dex save.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Dex save, yeah.
Taking half
Yeah.
damage.
15.
15.
Quill.
It's your character. I
My
can't
character's
actually
not
load it.
working. Okay.
His character.
D&D
Well,
Beyond
I rolled a
did say there
15.
was
Wait,
problems.
16.
Oh, there's
Sorry.
problems.
So
Yeah.
17 just from.
It's on the screen, isn't it?
That'll probably be old.
No, it's not. I've
We got-
updated it all.
He updated it last night.
Oh, I updated mine today, sorry.
I mean, mine's 17 without my bonus.
17 without the bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very good. That's very, very
Did
good.
everyone pass?
No.
Not everyone passed. I can't load your character. Nova the ILS. I told you this when you looked at the ILS. This is powerful magic.
Uh-oh.
And destroying it is
has its consequences.
Oh no.
The hammer comes down, and there's almost a scream as the hammer hits it, and at first you think it hasn't worked, but then a crack from a single point where you've dented it. With your immense strength and a magical weapon, it begins cracking, and Callus's scream just echoes out, and it explodes. You all take... Quill and Ayla, you're going to take half of this. Nova and Sentry, you take 100 points.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
The ship, an enormous explosion, erupts and blows out a huge chunk of the hull of the Storm Chaser.
So we take 50.
Shit.
Can I use my reaction to cast Tomb of Levisticus?
You can use your reaction to cast Tomb of Levisticus.
Because I feel like it's almost like it's Tiangong doing a natural.
Yep. So that happens. I need everybody to now make a dex saving throw as the whole of the ship is blown open as it's descending to the ground. This was
Everybody?
before we landed. No, you don't need to.
Okay.
You're not there. Nova, you automatically fail this because you're in the tomb.
100, right?
They took up
If I
there.
failed that, I would have died.
14.
Fuck.
18.
When Quill passed that, I was like,
You could have died.
I've got 56 HP,
Oh, I've got 48.
so I'm still up.
18.
if you'd taken 100, yeah, you'd still be up, but you'd be on.
Close.
I mean, you would have taken a crit as well.
I mean, let's find out what happens when
so-
I fly out the ship.
17?
18.
18. So you managed to grab hold of something as the whole, like, because it's not just Nova's room, it's the deck below it. It's a part of the deck above it. I'm pretty sure one of the Wolfpack gets annihilated. Just happens to be walking past at the wrong time as it's just... Ayla, you managed to grab hold of something, stop yourself falling out. Quill,
Natural 1.
natural one. Nova also fails as this
Featherfall token.
block of ice begins to fall. Sentry.
14.
14 Sentry also begins to fall out.
We've got Featherfall.
Yeah, we all have Featherfall.
The only problem is
Sentry's
you can't
unconscious.
activate it. Sentry's unconscious. So
Can I use any kind of reaction to grab any of them?
saving throws to do that. I will say you can make a... This would be reaction speed. Roll a d20 and then add your initiative.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Plus
so,
4, 24.
All right, you can grab one of them.
Go for Sentry.
I'll grab Sentry because she's unconscious.
Okay, so you see Sentry's lifeless body and you just grab it with her hand and she yanks, you probably feel your shoulder pop, like out of its socket as her immense weight just... And the ship is descending, so you can, it's not as high up as it could be, but you're still like 100, maybe 200 feet in the air. Quill, you begin falling, Nova begins falling.
So this Tomb of the... What is it?
She's literally frozen in like a coffin of ice.
So I like to see it as like, but it goes at the end of a turn.
Okay.
Like when May...
So like when
Yeah,
May does
yeah.
that, I see it as
Freezes
Tiangong
in
like
Overwatch.
almost automatically throws a shield over.
So heavier.
From the dagger, which technically Quill was home, but I guess he would have given it back. This basically like a coffin, a cocoon of ice surrounds Nova as her body just tumbles through the air. She's gonna hit the ground this turn, basically.
Yeah.
But the tomb will still be up. Okay. So you'll still have the temporary hit points, because it gives you, 50 temporary hit points?
80.
80 temporary hit points. And I'd say it's going to be about 100. Well, no, it's probably about 150 foot fall. So I'm going to roll some dice in a minute.
I've got no idea how
So,
much.
Quill, what do? You've got an action. You've got one turn before you hit the ground.
Can I cast Fly on my ring?
Okay, so you cast Fly on yourself, yeah?
Yeah. Can I cast it on someone else?
You could. You have one action before you hit the ground. What do you do?
You wouldn't...
I
no
don't-
bonus actions or anything.
She's in a big ball of ice.
like
And it's an
Not
action. It's an action to activate the Featherfall token. Effectively, it's like, I'm basically you have a reaction when you're falling, but I'm saying you can cast a spell or you can take an action.
Like,
Unfortunately, Novi, I don't think you can take actions in the tomb. I think it,
I'm incapacitated.
yeah, which means no actions basically.
But like the Tomb of Ice, That's going to survive the fall, right?
Maybe.
It depends how.
I just
Depends on how much damage I roll.
Quill knows about the arcana of
So
that.
doesn't a feather fall?
Let's say you don't.
Doesn't feather fall automatically activate?
No. Well, I don't know. What did I write on the tokens? It's been a while since I made those items, so. I mean, I create a lot
When
of
you
stuff.
fall at least 20 feet
It's
while the
the,
token's on
it's
your
the
person,
decision making.
the token's magic is expended after you land. It just says you take. It doesn't say how it's activated.
Does it not?
This small metal disc is inscribed with the image of a feather. When you fall at least 20 feet while the token is on your person, you descend
All right,
60
so it
feet
automatically,
per round
and then I'd say it
and
automatically
take no
activates.
damage
So
from
for both
falling.
of us, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sentry's fallen in the past, and it's
Yeah.
just automatically.
Okay.
Queen of Fallen.
Yours is gone.
Right.
She- I
so
think
hers
she
is
bought
gone.
several, though.
Yours two are gone.
I think she bought more than because Sentry. Remember, Sentry was freaking out.
We bought
about-
loads.
Down
Like,
to
I
your.
have 3 on me.
It's down to your.
I think we had
thing.
3
We should have 3 each.
I think we all had one each.
because Sentry
At least.
freaked
I think you
out.
had 3 each.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
have 3 on
Sentry
me.
freaked out about
I think you
having.
kept some extra ones.
I handed out several.
Yeah,
to
Nova's
each of
got-
you.
I think you
Majority.
bought
And then I
something like
kept the
7.
excess.
I think you bought like 7, so you had 1 each, and then Nova kept the excess.
Yeah, well, either
think
way, I guess
Sentry
I.
bought
I
some
don't.
of her own.
I think that's you're confusing it with Nova buying extras.
Yeah.
Because
And if you,
Sentry's
and
not
again, if they're
freaking
not
out.
on your character sheets, it doesn't matter what you
on
think.
I've
Yeah.
got one, but I've used it.
I got it.
There you go. So it's gone. So you might as well delete it if you've used
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
So
definitely.
delete one. They automatically activate. But but we're still going to have to potentially sort out some initiative here. Just because, well, we're going to run through where you guys have rounds each. Quill and Nova, you're basically just descending to the ground. You can't really do anything unless you cast fly.
I was doing that to counter the fall,
Yeah.
but I guess
If you're
I've got feather
falling
fall,
already,
yeah.
then yeah. Your feather fall.
Basically, we'll go into 1 round around because you've got to make death saving throws because you're unconscious, right?
Yep.
So that's something we're going to have to figure out.
Hello.
She's on the ship, right?
She's on the ship. Well, Ayla has currently got it. So you are currently literally holding onto the ship. Sentry's in one hand. She's unconscious. What do you do? In fact, let's roll initiative because
Yeah.
this will determine the order of how death saving throws and your actions.
Son of a bitch. Natural 1 again.
Oh, God. We've all got low rolls.
21.
Why am I rolling? I guess I'll roll for like somebody like Grey Lano.
Gravity.
I'm guessing Grey Lano will have Grey as the sort of medic. So I'll just roll for her initiative. Right, Ayla,
21.
21. Quill,
3, I think.
3. Nova,
8.
8. Lucius,
11.
Sentry.
9.
That's the big important one. Right, so Ayla, you get around. What do you do?
Can I try and
Pull her
pull
up.
myself up
Yep.
and
Pull
her
Sentry
with
you.
me?
It's going to be a strength check, very difficult.
can
'Cause
I
the way-
rage as a bonus action
Sure.
first?
Absolutely. This is, you just took a shit ton of damage. You can absolutely rage.
Ah, I rolled 2 4s. Fuck. So, like 8. That's shit.
You're kind of like Captain America in Civil War. You've got like
The helicopter.
You've literally got like one hand. You're holding on like with one
Yeah.
hand. You're gripping like this broken deck of the ship. The other, you've got unconscious heavy Sentry in a full like plated armor, and you just can't. You don't have the strength to pull her up. Basically, until somebody comes to help you, you're gonna have to wait until next.
That's
turn.
fine. In my messenger ring, I will just say, Lucius, Sentry's down, help!
Okay. I mean, you heard the explosion as well,
Yeah.
for sure. Lucius, you are the next up in the initiative.
In which case, I will drop this and just run. as
And you
fast
were
as-
up on the top deck, weren't you?
Yeah.
So we'll say in a round you can get to Nova's room, but it's like a dash, movement and dash.
Okay.
Because you're on the top deck of the ship, it's probably about 30 feet down into the first deck, and then you need to get to the officers' quarters, open the door, and reach the side. But that's going to be your whole turn to get down there, because you were obviously upstairs. Sentry, you're going to make that death saving throw.
Rock and
I'm
roll.
sorry, mate.
11.
11, so that's a success. Grey
You're fine, though.
Lano is currently probably let's see what she does. Okay, so Grey Lano manages to keep it together, and you can hear her voice somewhere in the ship, kind of like calling out, like, "Who is injured? Bring them to the medical, my medical room immediately." Like she's calling out, and you can hear that there are other members of the Wolfpack are probably injured by the blast, and they're being dragged in, but they don't know about the situation yet. So, but she is available and ready as soon as you can get someone to her. Nova, you are currently falling. The tomb goes.
So, yeah, well,
You said that I would have dropped in one turn. I'm a bit
Well, with the
confused.
Featherfall token, you don't. You descend
I'm
at like a rate.
descending.
You're just
So
slowly
I
floating
slowly
down.
descend as it. So how far down am I?
So does it say in the Featherfall token what rate you descend at?
It says
Did you not say 60?
I think it was like,
feet?
yeah, 60 feet. So you would have gone 60 feet down.
Okay. Down. And so I've taken technically. I think
Well, the
about
tomb.
20 points of damage.
Well, how does I don't know how the tomb works. So you use
so
a
I
reaction,
think
right?
I think it activates. It absorbs the damage
From the temporary hit points.
So 80 hit points have gone. So you said 100 points.
Yeah, so you
I've
would have
lost
taken 20
20
HP. Yeah.
Okay.
So in fact, yeah, you wouldn't have even had the tomb. Actually, Christ, if you'd
No, I
fallen
think it
full
holds,
distance.
but it just.
No, once
No,
those temporary hit points
when
are gone, they're
it's
gone.
Oh, okay. So
So
I would've-
you
would've gone
activated the
up.
tomb. The blast annihilates the frost around you.
Yeah.
You take a bit of damage and then fall out.
Fall.
So if you hadn't had that Featherfall token, you would have hit the ground and taken 15
Well, I've got
d6
levitate.
damage. Yeah, you could have used your action on that.
Sorry, I know you want to kill me right now. I know everyone in this room wants to fucking kill me
no, I'm
right
saying
now.
if you didn't have it, don't make it about you, Diva.
So I guess do I see that Sentry is?
You look up as you're like slowly floating down, and you see Ayla, like her muscles bulging, like holding Sentry out of this hole in the
Is
ship.
Sentry 60 foot from me?
No, you'd have to fly 60 feet
Go
up
Okay.
if you can levitate that far.
I'm glad we had
Levitate is
this talk.
60 feet, so
Okay.
levitate is
This
60
talk
feet. So.
created all of this.
So
No, you
levitate
would've-
is the
you
range
would've-
of 60 feet, so you can cast it on Sentry.
Yeah.
So is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Destiny
If
is
she's within 60
predetermined.
feet,
You cast
I
levitate
can
on
cast
her.
levitate on her.
Okay, and then what? Like levitate her up?
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back
yep.
onto the ship.
So you kind of feel like. I mean, she can't be. She's currently like hovering in front of the ship because it's levitate is just up and down.
Yeah.
So, but Ayla can
Ayla
probably
can- I've
pull
still
her in.
got her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Quill.
So if
You
we're
float 60 feet down.
and we're just that's safety floating, right?
Yeah, you and I are safety float.
Yeah, you're just gonna
Safety floating.
hit the ground, none the worse the wear. Apart from the 50 points of damage you took.
But I've got the messenger ring, and someone just said sentries down,
Yeah.
so I'm going to cast fly
Okay, so you cast fly on yourself and then fly 60 feet up.
and go all the way up.
All right, that's it.
But that's like my action.
That's your action. So we go to Ayla.
Now I'm a little bit closer. Can I see what injury Sentry took?
Let's do that in a minute.
Oh, good plan. Yeah.
You took 100, didn't you?
Yeah, it's full of hundo.
Don't roll. Well, roll a d20. You're just taking a crit injury at this. Like, you can't physically
Yeah.
make the saving throw for this not to affect you.
God.
Fair dues.
You're going to have permanent starbase
That is
shards
that's a 2.
in your armour.
Oh.
Oh no.
It was an 18 and it just went.
Yeah,
Onto
that
the
rolled really last minute.
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
Every week!
Do you remember what a 2 does, Quill?
Oh no, is it a limb?
It's a limb.
I'm not offline. I'm online, Google Docs.
I know a 2 isn't good.
Well, Ayla, what are you doing?
my
Pulling
God.
Sentry back onto the ship.
Okay. Yep. So you can. You
Can
don't
I
need
pull
to make a
myself
check.
up?
Well,
Am I
make a
angry
strength
enough
make
to
a
pull
strength check.
Now
To
that I
Still
have
wasn't a
two
saving roll.
Actually, with Sentry levitating, it's much easier to pull yourself
she's
up. So
essentially
yeah.
weightless. Yeah.
and I'm raging, so I will pull Sentry onto the ship and put a potion in her mouth. Potion of healing.
Okay. I'm gonna. So.
What?
All right.
What?
No. It's fine. So you do potion of healing
Yes,
regular.
please. Yes,
Have
please.
you got one in your
Yes,
inventory? Yeah.
I do. I've got 2.
You got 2. All right.
No, I
Mark
have
one.
one.
Mark one off.
Done.
And then I will roll. Sentry, you get 5, 6, 7 hit points back. You are no longer dying.
You're not dying!
However, so the result you got, which wouldn't make sense for Sentry, so I'm going to veto it.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if I just go to the next worst one, or if I make you re-roll.
I mean, it's pretty bad anyway. It's a bad explosion.
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
just going to drop down to the next one. It would have been a broken jaw. Doesn't really affect Sentry as
Yeah.
much because she's a robot, and also it wouldn't really make as much sense. But the next one, and this is you and Quilly boy, because
no!
it's one of the eyes, right?
Oh,
it's just the crystal is just shattered,
Oh,
and
cool.
part of the faceplate is just ripped open with the explosion, and so now like all the wood. Like the kind of the whatever liquid kind of like goes through your body is like draining away, and like the metal's all being ripped off, and the eye is just broken crystal.
Shit. That's badass.
You have disadvantage on.
I'm really glad that you put the ass at the end of that.
Yeah. It's bad, but it's also it's badass.
Yeah.
Nice.
And with that, we're out of initiative, and that is where we're going to end today's.
Oh, perfect timing! I just got action error.
Man, when you guys were like, we're going to destroy the
Shit.
ILS, right? I was like, oh
fuck.
boy.
Thing is,
I was like looking up magic items. Like, there are some powerful artifact level magic items that when you destroy them, explode.
Fuck.
And I was looking some of them up, and I was like, yep.
That'll do it.
I think the thing is, Nova would have been too emotional to
Yeah,
have recalled anything.
no,
and thought
it-
like, hey, wait a minute.
Here's the thing, what a great story moment.
hell
Of like,
yeah.
we've done this thing, we've taken out this potentially
thing
bad
is-
thing we had with us.
What
but at
would
what
explode
cost?
unless it's a terrible thing and it needed to be destroyed in the first place?
What would have such a
Well, why would it do that if it
thing.
didn't? If it wasn't the worst thing ever, and we
Yeah,
need to
good
destroy
things
it?
don't explode.
God!
What Wolfpack member died?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
We'll find out.
Kenny.
We'll find out next time.
You bastards!
Jim, thank you so much for the donation. Sup Rollers, first stream of 2020, took priority over Doctor Who today. Couldn't
wow.
dare miss this
Alrighty.
one.
Thanks.
Thanks for all the streams. Looking forward to another year of D&D. Thank you very much. A hundo from Green 3 Hornet. Thank you very much. Final, get to watch you all live and love it. All of you are awesome. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, man.
Quarter hundo from T Rich. Erois is back. Been missing all this juicy lore.
Yeah.
What an
There's been a lot
episode
of
for it.
Serve we, man.
Daft Day 41. Welcome back, guys. Here's to a great 2020. Get some of the HR gemstone dice to myself from myself after Christmas. That, in retrospect, will sit there and look nice rather than be used. Visions of them going off the table and across the floor in the pub. Yep.
Yeah,
New Alex, thank you very much. Lovely to have you all back for the new year. Kept my hand in DMing a couple of weeks of Wild West style D&D one shots. I'm still glad the professionals are back at it again. Here's to a drama-filled 2020.
Yeah.
Meme Queen the Mimer.
Mamer.
Quarter hundo. Hey guys, crawled to the TV as my wheelchair was dead to watch live for the first time. That sucks. Thank you. You have made these last few months bearable. My dream in life is to play with you guys. Been building my own game to cope, but did it because of you. Thank you.
Aw, man.
I enjoy. And then a half hundo from Kenku Noises. First time donating, which I should have done a long time ago. I just want to thank you all for being awesome. Mark, quick question. How do Kenku fit into Erois, or are they not in this campaign like the Drow? I think they would fit in, but they would probably be... I don't know. I need to figure out a way that they fit in that I've not done. This is 6 more gifted subs from Reginald Bear, I believe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sheriff Air, thank you very much for the donation. Happy New Year, guys. I've missed all the mini heart attacks from the party drama. Hope 2020 brings all good things to the party players and viewers alike. Thank you very much. Meta Manu, a quarter hundo. Here's for another great year of D&D. Love you guys. Thank you very much, Manu. Lightning Winged Dragon. So you can't see where multiple shards are. Quill, where are the remaining shards? Mark Hume's evil DM extraordinaire. You float upwards, your body rocketing through space and time, and you see Erois. Cool, very helpful, Mark, very helpful. That's pretty much what I was going to do if you asked where are all the shards. I'd be like, you see all this stuff, but no detail. Sheriff Air, I donate for the time in ages, wishing you all good luck and blow up the airship. Guys, this isn't what I meant or expected. Thanks very much. Dylan Dan, who asked what potential tattoo he should get next. I didn't know what to answer.
hundo.
That's another half
Thank you
hundo.
very much.
Holy baby legs, what an amazing episode. I rolled a wisdom save, failed, and took 269 of awesome damage. Love it. P.S. Does anyone have any idea for my previous questions? This is about the tattoo, if we have any ideas for another tattoo. I don't know. Tattoo's a big thing. I never want to suggest something.
Yeah,
Find something that you love from the campaign.
Gods of Erois. Pick a symbol from that.
Aerois.
Titans, please.
Bandai Nenzai, thank you very much. I originally wrote a message about how emotional the meeting sessions were, but then the freaking ship blew up. God damn, I really thought you were going to die there. What an amazing start to 2020. Hot damn. Thank you very much. Daft Day 41, again, that went from funny fuck off guy NPC to oh lordy, they all going to die to real quick. We might need to retcon the fuck off guy a little bit.
Oh
That was
no!
the
Can he
future,
come
right?
back?
Well, I think that he would react a bit differently if...
I think we're going to react a bit differently to him.
Yeah. I don't care. Where is Callus Starbane? He took my fucking eye. That's a new one for Century there.
Another one that's
And then-
exactly the same.
From Jamie. Callus Starbane is on the prowl. Have you seen him? He took my fucking eye. It's me, Century.
Amazing.
I guess he
A top
also
meme.
took my fucking eye as well, didn't he?
Maybe.
He took our fucking eyes!
No, Hadar took your eye.
No, was
It was a servant of Hadar.
Oh, it was the dark.
it was the Goliath.
Yeah.
What? That took Valor?
I mean, yeah. Do you guys... I don't think you remember my description of the Goliath
red.
very well.
Oh yeah, red and black.
He was like fucked up Hadar shit.
He was fucked up dark.
And that's
It goes all the way back to the start!
It's all
well,
planned.
thank you very much for joining us. What an episode!
Yeah,
eh?
it was fun.
It was like 2.5 hours of very deep inter-party politics and talking, followed by a 100-point damage explosion.
That'll do it.
So glad
Man,
to have it
any other way.
when you were like, I'm not going to go there, I was like, fucking Christ. Like,
I was the only one who would have still been upright after 100 points
With
of damage.
one.
Because 101 hit points, baby.
Yeah.
101.
And well, the Tomb of Levistus as well. Like without that,
Don't take
Because
my
otherwise
steps
I would
on
have
that.
fallen to my doom.
yeah.
What was the
Well,
dex
well,
save,
like
please?
your HP, you would have been unconscious.
I would have been
I mean, the
unconscious.
token might
I would
still
have
have worked.
fallen. The token would have gone
Ads
off.
free. All right, sorry, mate. Right, we gotta run ads.
Yeah.
And I think Pyrian is streaming after us as part of the new featured streamer stuff.
Yes.
Nice.
So enjoy the ads. Enjoy P-Flax.
Yeah.
Say hi from the High Rollers gang. We'll see you all next Sunday for more Aerois.
Peace.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Yeah.
Peace, bro.
Double crit.